Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And recently I did an extreme spring clean with me series on my channel where I went throughout my entire house, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my entire home before the end of spring. And let me tell you, we got rid of a ton and deep cleaned some really nasty spaces and just so many organization projects. I thought it'd be really fun to combine this spring cleaning series into a marathon so that you can clean with me, declutter with me, tackle whatever messes you have around your home today. So be sure to leave a comment while watching today because I always love hearing from you. Subscribe if you haven't already, and then let's get up, let's get moving, and you can clean with me today. Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I love making cleaning, decorating, decluttering, and homemaking videos, and I now upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today we are doing a KonMari clean with me and extreme reorganization of my garage. It's a total disaster, but thankfully it is finally spring and now is the perfect time to do some deep cleaning around the home, reassessing what you have, and decluttering all the things you don't want or need, and finally reorganizing spaces so that they look more tidy and more functional. And I am so excited to announce that this will be the first video of my 2025 what I'm going to call the Extreme KonMari Spring Cleaning Series, where we'll be going throughout my entire home, space by space, drawer by drawer, deep cleaning, and going through every single item, purging what we do not need, and finding better ways to organize spaces so that they are more functional. So be sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss any upcoming videos, because I am so excited to do this. I've been itching to do some extreme spring cleaning. So I truly hope this video and series gives you some extreme cleaning motivation so that you can tackle your to-do list and clean up some big messes along with me. And I promise you, it'll make you feel a million times better. So make sure you are subscribed and like this video. Also, let me know your thoughts on this video while watching because I truly love hearing from you. And then let's go. Let's get to cleaning. You can do it with me. So my first step with any major decluttering project is to pull every single item out of that space. And I know that may seem overwhelming, but it just really helps me to see that blank slate and to start kind of re-envisioning how I want that space to look or how I can make it more functional. And I am so excited because we're installing a new organization system in the garage with lots of shelves and bins. And you guys know how much I love my bins to help store and organize all of my seasonal decor and gardening supplies and different tools. So excited because we've honestly been wanting to do this for years. And if you're asking yourself, hey Kelly, how many times are you going to declutter your garage? And my answer is until it stays that way. And one thing I've learned is it's not always about the amount of stuff you have. It's about how it's organized and stored. And I just know that this new organization system will help tremendously. And if you are new here and curious, this is the third time I've decluttered my garage, which is a lot and honestly can be frustrating for me. But I wanted to share this with you because I know I'm not alone in the struggle with having too much stuff or messy spaces in my home. But I promise you, once you get started, just by getting started, you already start to feel a million times better. Like you honestly don't even realize how much that clutter takes a toll on your mental health until it's cleared out. And your mental health is so important. Now that we have every single item pulled out of the garage, here is a quick look of the reality of what that looks like. And though it does seem a bit overwhelming, it truly does feel amazing to have all of that stuff pulled out of my house even though it's all over my driveway and everyone thinks we're hosting a yard sale. But Tyler is working on building the shelves for all of the matching storage bins that we got, which 10 out of 10 definitely recommend getting matching storage bins if you can, because it just makes everything look more uniform. But this garage needed a really good sweep, and I don't know if we're the only ones, but during the winter, we tend to throw boxes out into our garage instead of taking them out to the recycling bin. I don't know why we do that. So I need to gather up all of the boxes and get everything either thrown in the recycling bin or the trash bin, and then also sweep up all the floors. So I do not clean these floors very often, so it's been a while. And that's another reason why I love pulling every item out of the space, because then it gives me that opportunity to go in and easily give everything a good clean. So before we start going through everything and decluttering and reorganizing, I'm going to pick up the floors and throw out all the trash and give the floors a good sweep too.
We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
And I gotta say, it feels so good to have the garage clean and emptied out, especially having it so messy. But now it's time to get started on decluttering. It's kind of hard to tell because I was running out of space, but when pulling everything out, I like to organize all the items into piles and keep like items together. And I like doing this for two reasons. One, it helps me to quickly see if I have doubles or extras of something, or see if I have too much of a particular item. And two, it also makes it feel way less overwhelming if I just tackle the clutter one pile at a time. And also when decluttering, I have found that the easiest way to get started is by tackling the pile that's easiest for you to declutter. So I started with the pile where I already knew what I wanted to toss or to donate, or sometimes it's the smallest pile that I start with, but I just like to start wherever will be easiest for me. Like, I knew pretty much everything in these black bags were old Halloween decor that I'm not using, so I could just go ahead and toss those out. But by doing this, it gives me that feeling of accomplishment, like, okay, that's one pile down and I just started. And sometimes that's a small boost of motivation I need to tackle the bigger piles, because the more action we take, the more we want to take action. The more I toss, the more I want to toss. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's all about building up that momentum, and you will be so shocked at how quickly that you get through everything. And so now I'm moving on to the decor bins. As I mentioned earlier, we got all new matching bins, which I am so excited for, because all of our bins right now are either mismatching or they're old and damaged. A lot of them are actually missing lids. Like, seriously, no idea how I lose bin lids. But my main goal is to swap out the old bins with the new bins so that everything will look really neat and uniform, and so that all of my bins will have tops on them too. And I did end up taking all of the Christmas decor inside, since at least for now, we're storing them in the attic. But honestly, after reorganizing everything with the new storage shelves, we will definitely have plenty of room to put them in the garage after this. And as you'll notice, I'm not decluttering any of my seasonal decor, and that's because I always toss any unused decor after decorating for the season. Since I'm always refreshing my decor each year, it really helps with storage and decorating too, by just making sure that you're only holding on to decor pieces that you actually love and are actually using.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I say, see it in your mind, trust that have what it takes inside.
And by this point, Tyler had brought the storage shelves into the garage to finish up, and I was so excited and also a bit curious. So just checking out the progress. And I'm sure some of you are not surprised that we're DIYing the storage solution, because we DIY pretty much everything. But before we can put up the new shelves, we have to take the old ones down. And I just have to say, these wire racks that we got from Menards, I think it was last year, are clearly just not it for us. Like, I love them at first, but they are just not sturdy at all. Like, after putting my bins on them, they just started to like bend and lean in different directions. And a few times we've had bins just slide right off the shelf. And honestly, I feel like they would have been fine with like lighter storage bins. But for my heavier bins, like especially for some of my decor, they can be really, really heavy, and it just did not hold up so well. So all that to say, I am really excited to get everything organized, and I wanted to have some shelves that are more sturdy and just customized for the space that we have, and that will accommodate the massive amount of storage bins that we have. Just wait, you'll see in a minute. But also not take up a ton of space. But now that the new shelves are up, I'm just finishing up switching out the old bins for the new ones. Also making sure that I swap the bin labels too, so that I know what's in there, which now that all of our bins are uniform, bin labels are going to be a lifesaver. I actually made the bin labels in my first clean and declutter of my garage, and I made a ton of bin labels like for around my house. And I will have all of those listed in the description box for you, just in case you're looking for some bin labels. I highly, highly recommend them. And by the way, here is the massive donation pile, and I'll show you the trash pile in a minute. Another thing that I recommend when decluttering is to use 2 different colored trash bags. So I use like the large black trash bags for the donations, and then the pink bags are for trash, or like things that just can't be donated. And so here is the massive amount of storage bins that I have. I think there were 16 altogether, and I was just so excited to get them organized on this storage shelf, which actually I should probably stop calling it a storage shelf. It's more of like a storage rack, which I actually love the idea of, because I take the bins and I just slide them across these horizontal beams, and as you can see, it's about to hold 16 storage bins in a very small amount of space. So I really love that it's efficient on saving some space up in the garage. And also, if we need to build more, which I definitely want to make more so that we can have our Christmas decor and really just have all of our decor in the garage and in one space, just to make everything a little bit easier, then we totally can. And we'll probably still have some room left over. And so, as I said earlier, it's not always about how much stuff you have. Sometimes it's just about how you store and organize everything. Sometimes the right storage solution can make the biggest difference in a space, and you're not always going to find the right one the first time. Like, sometimes you're gonna have to go through a few different ideas before you find the right one. But once you do, it'll be so worth it, because it'll really make a big difference on keeping that space tidy and organized. And I noticed a few of my bins were missing labels, so I printed out some new ones. And again, I will have all my labels listed in the description box, free for you to print out. And I just love them. I use them for the kitchen, for the pantry, the closets, the bathroom, the laundry room. They are seriously so useful and just make everything look more organized. So again, I'll have those free to print in the description box. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any labels you would like for me to make next, because I would love to do that for you.
In my life, let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it, just say the word. Everywhere we go, we'll turn to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life.
And so one question that I get asked a lot ever since I started doing these declutter videos is, what should you do when the person you're living with has too much stuff and needs to declutter? Like, how do I go about decluttering their stuff? Or how do I get them to declutter? And the honest answer to that is you don't. You can only be responsible for your things. We all have our own spaces of the home that we claim, our own clutter that we bring into the home. And so everyone is responsible for their own space and things, minus younger children, because sometimes they need help. So maybe your drawer in the dresser has neat and folded clothes and your partner's drawer won't even close all the way. As long as your space is tidy, I promise it will make a big difference and might even inspire the person you're living with to do the same. However, there are some things that you can do to quickly and easily clean up a space. Like my husband, he has a lot of tools, and I mean, his tool bench won't even close. And I don't even know what most of these tools are, so I couldn't even begin to organize them even if I wanted to. So instead of trying to organize them, I just delegate them all into a larger bin just so that everything looks tidy. I'm telling you, bins are lifesavers. So even if you have a bunch of, random tools or a bunch of random parts, if you just put them into a bin, it instantly makes the space look so much more tidy. And that way you're not tossing anything of theirs out, but you're also creating a more tidy and clean looking space. But that is all for me today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I truly hope this motivated you to get up and clean with me. If not, let's go, let's get up. You've got this. I promise you will feel so much better when you do. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure notifications are turned on so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.
It ain't about fame, it ain't about fake friends. And screw your ex, is such a flake. Forget your grades, you need a break. It's all about you, no matter what the others say. But now I'm done talking, the lights on me. I tell you, I guarantee this night's about to take a turn for the better. Now the rain is pouring and all I see is lightning around my feet. Now nothing can bring me down. Only you move me to the rhythm.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelly and I upload twice a week. Today's video is going to be a kitchen refresh and I am so excited because I just want to take everything down and give everything a good deep clean, but also I have a few different organization ideas that I want to try for like smaller spaces. So really excited for that. This is going to be the second video in my extreme spring cleaning series where I'm trying to go through my entire house, deep clean, declutter, reorganize, and just have everything ready for the warmer weather. And right now is a really great time to do that. I'm really excited to get started in the kitchen too, because while the kitchen can be really overwhelming, it is the heart of the home. And when I say that it can be really overwhelming, we're just gonna take this in steps. So even if you have to do this over the course of like a week or even a couple weeks, just go at your own pace, you do you. Probably gonna take me more than one day, but we're gonna get this kitchen done. And let's jump into today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and then let's get up and let's get cleaning. So now getting ready to deep clean, our first step is to get all the cleaners out and get them ready. One product that I was really excited to try out was this Scrub Daddy paste that comes with this adorable sponge that has a more coarse side for deep cleaning and also a softer side for those more like delicate surfaces. Also using the Mrs. Meyer Compassion Flower scent, which I love. And then the next step is to mix up equal parts water and vinegar with some drops of essential oil to make it smell good as well. well. You can use whatever essential oils you like, but I've been playing around with mixing different essential oil scents, and I love mixing lemon with magnolia. I also really love using all natural cleaners, so this is a really good solution for me. Vinegar is such a powerful cleaning agent, especially if you want to put down like baking soda with vinegar. It really helps get deep stains out and degreases. Vinegar is a natural degreaser, it's affordable, and it gets the job done. And next, I'm just showing you our new pots and pan set, which I am so excited about. You'll see in a minute. We were in desperate need of some new pots and pans and also baking sheets. Like ours were totally gross. So I'm just really excited to swap those out. Also from Amazon, I found a few things to use for storage and organization, like this straw organizer, which I thought would be really cute. Also this divider that I found from Amazon, again in the bamboo wood look. I feel like all of my organizers are bamboo, but I really love this one because it slides to fit. So it's like adjustable. And also you can take out like the little center pieces to make like the slots a little bit bigger. But I just thought that this organizer would be a really great way to organize my mountain of containers. But second thing I'm doing, and again, if you want to follow along with me here, like sometimes people do better with instructions. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you how I did it. If not, do whatever works for you. But I'm going to go through the steps again. The first step is to get out all of your cleaners and prep whatever needs to be prepped. Step 2 is taking down decor and anything off of the countertops. And I do this so that nothing gets in my way. And I have more space on my countertops for when we start pulling everything out of the cabinets and deep cleaning the countertops. I don't know. It's just annoying to have to keep like moving decor and like things out of your way. The only thing I left is my essential oil diffuser, but it just makes the kitchen smell so good. And I've said this before, but if you're struggling to find the motivation to clean, or you just have tons of cleaning to tackle and want that extra boost, I always start with my favorite scents. Whatever you love, essential oils, wax melts, candles, your favorite scented cleaner, it just instantly brightens my mood. And when the home smells clean, it makes me want to make it look clean too. But anyway, is anybody surprised that I have dishes in the sink and in the dishwasher too? So I just wanted to get these tackled first because I don't know. I just feel like I can't get work done in the kitchen if there's like dishes in the sink. So I'm just going to empty the dishwasher and then put the dishes in the dishwasher and get it started, because I also wanted to deep clean the dishwasher today. So I figure by the time that I circle back to the dishwasher, hopefully the dishes will be done so that I can, unload the dishwasher and then deep clean inside of the dishwasher. I haven't done my dishwasher since I think it was in the fall, in my fall deep clean. I tried to deep clean my dishwasher twice a year, and honestly it's always disgusting. Like the filter never disappoints, and I am obviously a pre-rinser. Like I always pre-rinse my dishes. Let me know in the comments if you pre-rinse your dishes, because I know I've heard that it's worse to pre-rinse your dishes, but I honestly don't see how. But I always pre-rinse my dishes, so it's honestly just beyond me how my filter just gets so nasty so quickly. But let me know down in the comments, are you spring cleaning today, or have you started spring cleaning? Are you going to start spring cleaning? I know that I started when the weather started warming up. I know everywhere it's a little bit back and forth with the weather. Like some places it's really, really cold, some places starting to warm up. I know that I don't typically like to start my spring cleaning until, the weather gets a little bit warmer. I know as we've been having, like 60s and 75. I know right now today, the day that I'm doing this voiceover, it is 40 degrees outside. So it's still a little bit back and forth, but I like to do my spring cleaning when the weather starts warming up. But let me know down in the comments if you are spring cleaning and what you are working on, so that myself and this amazing community can cheer you on today. And so now we're going to go over the steps again. Step 1 is to get out all of your cleaners and to prep them. Step 2 is to get everything out of your way. And then step 3 is to pull everything out of your cabinets so that we can get inside and deep clean them. And I'm really excited to use this Bissell Steam Shot. I absolutely loved it. It was actually really affordable on Amazon, but it comes with a bunch of different attachments, so you can use it on pretty much anything. I mean, like your window, your floors, your couch, inside of your cabinets. But the next step is to get the inside of the cabinet swept out. And I'm using my little handheld vacuum that I got from Temu. And I did feature it in my Temu review video if you want to check that out. But this is a really, really handy tool to use just to get inside, these spaces. And instead of having to use my vacuum, because the last time that I did the deep clean inside of my cabinet, I actually think it was in my fall deep clean, but I had to stretch the hose up, and it was just such a pain and it became very tiring. So anyway, long story short, it's really nice to have a handheld vacuum for this job. But anyway, so the first step to cleaning out my cabinets is to vacuum them out. And then after we vacuum them out and get out all of the crumbs, then I'm going to go in with my vinegar mixture and just give it a good spray, and then follow it up with my Bissell steam shot, which, by the way, this thing is legit. Like, it seriously just blasted away all of the dirt, and we had like a lot of sticky stuff inside of our cabinets. I'm not really sure what it was. Like, even in the cabinets that didn't even have food, just had this weird like sticky grime inside of them. But this Bissell steam shot, I mean, it just blasted it right away. And then after I'm done with like steam cleaning everything, then I'll go in, because it does leave behind quite a bit of water, I guess, from all of the steam. So then after I'm done steaming it, then I'll go in with my microfiber cloth and just wipe it dry. And it seriously left everything looking so clean. The only thing that I will say about the steam cleaner, well, I mean, honestly, with any steam cleaner for me anyway, is that it doesn't have a scent, since obviously it's just water. And honestly, if I'm going to do all that work and clean, like, I want it to smell clean too, which is why I really love using my vinegar mixture with the essential oils, because, you know, it gave it like a really good scent. And then also following it up with my compassion flower scent on the outside of the cabinets, just to make everything smell really, really clean. But honestly, like, this steam cleaner, like 10 out of 10, it was amazing. It really got the job done. And again, it's at a really affordable price. So I'll put it down in my description box for you, just in case you are interested.
From high ground, keeps catching me every time I fall. You got me safe and sound, safe and sound. We just do what we do, ain't no joke about love. He's the one that I die for. Can't so long, side by side, can't believe that he is mine. We just do what we do.
And now that everything is clean, I'm just organizing everything back into the cabinets, starting with our pantry first. And if you're thinking to yourself that it looks a little bare, that's because it is. And that's because any deep cleaning I do in my kitchen, I do the day of or the day before we do a grocery trip, which I totally recommend, by the way, because it just makes it so much easier to clean when you're not having to, you know, like move a bunch of stuff around. I do have kitchen restock videos on my channel if you want to check those out, so you can see how I restock and reorganize my pantry and my fridge too. But today we're rocking the bare minimum, which I'm actually really happy about for today's deep cleaning. But next we're moving on to putting back all of our mugs and all of our cups nice and organized, just putting everything back one cabinet at a time. And for our cups cabinet, I was really excited because on Amazon I found this straw organizer, which I thought would be really helpful in organizing our metal straws. But seriously, isn't this thing just too cool? It comes with like little sticky backings that you stick inside of the cabinet. And I'm just kind of making sure that I have it right, because once you have it on, like, it's really, really hard to get off. But I just thought this was really neat and just a really fun way to organize the straws. And I also like that it's inside of the cup cabinet too, so that's easily accessible. But I don't know, I just was really excited about this. And I love using straws too, like for drinking coffee or like when I drink tea, because it like stains your teeth horribly, and straws really, really help prevent that. So I just love having the straws like inside of the cup cabinet now, and also saving up some space in the silverware drawer. And so I'm not having to like dig around the silverware drawer trying to find the straw that I want. But anyway, if you're interested, I'll have it listed in the description box for you. But now I'm just decluttering and organizing my baking goods, like my sprinkles and my icing dispensers, and also like my tea and hot cocoa stand, and just getting everything put back nice and organized before moving on to my spice cabinet. I didn't pull everything out all at once because, well, first, I only have so much counter space. But also, I just kind of wanted to take things a little bit easier. Like, I know usually when I, declutter or organize or do like a really deep cleaning, like I get really dramatic and I just like pull everything out. But honestly, today I was just wanting to take it at a little bit of a slower pace and just kind of slowly pull everything out, one by one, just so that it's not so overwhelming. Just seeing everything pulled out of the cabinets and like all over the countertops, I don't know, it can just be a lot. And so again, just a reminder to go at your own pace. You don't have to do this all in one day or even 2 days. The kitchen can be a very overwhelming space in the home to clean, just because it's a space that we use most frequently. I mean, some of us every day. And so, with all the cooking, and you're gonna have lots of grease and dust and food crumbs and yeah, just lots of stuff to do. So just go at your own pace. And by the way, these spice jars and then the baking jars above them are seriously my favorite things. And I'll have those listed in the description box for you. But speaking of grease, we had a thick layer of grease and dust on top of the refrigerator. If you've been following me, you'll know that I literally just did this a month ago, but here we are again. I have no idea how or why grease travels up on top of my refrigerator, but just a friendly reminder, if you are deep cleaning your kitchen, you might want to check the top of your refrigerator. But now I'm just laying out some towels so that I can put the oven racks on them so that I can protect the surface of my island, which I totally recommend before deep cleaning the oven. And it was bad. So like I was thinking I'm pretty sure that I cleaned this in my fall deep clean, but now I'm not so sure because it looks really bad. On top of it being totally disgusting, the element inside the oven just totally blew. I think it was last night. And literally it was so scary because I was about to put some food in and all of a sudden I heard this huge bang inside of the oven and looked inside and there was this like white burn mark on the inside of our oven. And honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to get that white burn mark off. But right now I'm just taking out the element. It's just hooked in by a couple screws and then these two little clamps that you pull out. And then once I get the element out, which honestly, I'm happy that I was able to get it out because it allowed me to get in and really give the oven a really good deep clean without having to move, around the element. But I'm gonna remember this in the future, like when I do deep clean my oven, to just take the element out when I deep clean it, because honestly, it made it so much easier. And by the way, this paste is seriously legit. Like I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get all of this stuff off, but I was just instantly seeing like all of that grime and grease and everything just come right off. And I mean, honestly, it looked kind of disgusting. And I was honestly giving this oven like everything that I have. I did have a few tough spots and I pulled out like this little scraper to get those little tough spots out. But honestly, it came right out. And again, this paste, I could not recommend it anymore. But the first thing that I did was I just vacuumed out the inside of the oven, and then I'm just gonna put this paste on and I'm gonna let it soak. I'm gonna put it on the microwave too, like inside of the microwave, and just let it sit for a little bit before I clean it off. And so just another thing too, you might also want to vacuum the floors when you deep clean your oven, because there were just so many crumbs, not just from like when I was vacuuming, but also when I was like scraping all of that stuff off. I don't know, it just made the floors like really, really messy. Also too, with this paste, so you're gonna want to fill up a bowl of water, because I just kept dipping the sponge into the water and then dipping it into the paste. And then that's kind of how I made this coating layer. But I'm just gonna spread it all around the oven and giving it a really good scrub, and then also letting it sit. Again, I absolutely love this paste. I highly, highly recommend it. I feel like it was a lot cheaper at the grocery stores, but I'll have it linked in the description box for you just in case your local grocery store doesn't have it. And when I was just like looking at this bowl full of disgusting water and just like seeing all the gross stuff it was pulling out from the oven, I was feeling really hopeful on what this paste could do for my oven racks, which these things are a problem. Like they are so gross, and I've tried deep cleaning them so many times and I feel like they never look any better. So honestly, if this paste can make it even look like 1% better, like I will be very happy. I was also thinking too, like, is there like a certain point where I'm supposed to replace my oven racks? Like, are you supposed to change them out like every so years? Or, you know, are you supposed to be able to, you know, completely clean them? Because I just can never seem to get these racks like totally clean. So honestly, I'm kind of considering getting new ones. But to be honest, I mean, this paste did a really good job. You'll see in just a little bit, just the difference in the before and after. Again, I mean, it wasn't 100%, you know, clean and sparkly like I'd want it to, but it still did look a lot better. And I also used this scraper that I use inside of the oven on the oven racks too. And that really did help kind of get up some of those burn spots too, like those really, really tough spots. But I was like really going at this oven in this oven rack. Like I just was so determined to like make this look as new as I possibly can. And I'm starting to think that like maybe I should deep clean my oven like more than twice a year. Just so that it doesn't get so bad. It doesn't take so long for me to do this, because this was definitely the most time consuming part. But now I'm moving on to the microwave, which looks like something had literally just exploded in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out the turntable and like the little turntable ring. And I'm also going to vacuum the inside of the microwave too, just like the oven and the cabinets. And then once all the crumbs are gone, then I'm going to add a thick layer of paste. But speaking of crumbs, one thing that I do recommend when deep cleaning, like especially your kitchen, is when you clean, start from the top and then work your way down. So as you'll notice, we started like with the cabinets and the top of the fridge, and then we do the microwave and the oven. Like I wouldn't do the stovetop before I did the microwave, because obviously anything that I clean in the microwave is just going to fall onto the floor and onto the stovetop. So I mean, obviously the floors are going to be like the last thing that I clean. But yeah, just a tip, just in case you are deep cleaning with me. But now I am cleaning the turntable and the microwave, just using my Dawn Power Wash with my Dawn scrub brush and scrubbing it in the sink and rinsing it clean. Honestly, this is like the fastest and easiest way to clean the turntable, especially when you have a lot of stuff caked on it. And then next, for the paste, you don't want to let it sit for too long. If you do, you might want to use like a scraper, because it really starts to harden. Or I'm using my vinegar mixture, just spraying it on and then wiping it off. And honestly, this paste made really quick and easy work of the microwave. Also, this vinegar mixture works really, really well. Again, it is a natural degreaser, so I love using it for like the top of my refrigerator, because it always seems to be like the greasiest, or, you know, inside of my oven, or you could use it on your cabinets or on your stainless steel. It just works really, really well at getting those areas nice and clean.
Can it just be us tonight? Under the night sky, gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? 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 Do you believe in
And here I'm just installing the new element that Amazon graciously delivered to us today, because I don't know what I would do without my oven. But now I'm rinsing off the paste from the oven racks. I know I said I was a little skeptical before on whether or not I was able to get these clean, but seriously, just wait until you see the end result. Like these racks look, I mean, they look almost brand new, and also the inside of the oven. But I mean, I really worked at them. Like I said, like this was probably the most time consuming part of this whole deep clean, was just cleaning out the oven and these racks. But seriously, 10 out of 10, so worth it. I am so happy with how it turned out.
Do you believe in
And after cleaning the stovetop, I'm just gonna use this steamer to clean the vent on the oven door that gets caked with like grease and dust and crumbs. I've always used Q-tips to clean this, and I'd run through like 100 Q-tips and it still not be very clean. But this steamer, I mean, just cleaned it instantly. Like it's never honestly been this clean, probably since the oven was brand new. But yeah, I was very excited about that. Next, I'm moving on to my baking pans, which I am showing you a side-by-side of our old baking sheets and our new baking sheets. I do not know what's wrong with us. I don't know why I held on to those for so long. I guess I figured because like I just covered them with parchment paper or aluminum foil anyways, it didn't really matter. But not today. We are spring cleaning today. And for me, that means in with the new and out with the disgusting. But now I'm just cleaning off the little space under the oven where I keep the baking sheets and just tossing away those old disgusting baking sheets and only keeping the ones that are at least presentable.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the maze, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we go and we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody.
And after unloading the dishwasher and putting all the dishes away, I'm gonna get in there and give it a deep clean. And guys, my dishwasher was so gross. Honestly, I think my face just says it all. I mean, there was just so much gunk, and there was even like mold caked on the inside, like especially on that little floor mat. And again, I do not know how my dishwasher just gets so dirty. I mean, here's the filter. Like it was just so gross because again, I'm a pre-rinser. I pre-rinse all of my dishes. And so I just don't see like how food is getting on the inside of my filter. So just a friendly reminder to pull out your filter and give it a good clean.
Just like we preach. Ooh, getting caught in the maze, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we go and we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules.
So yeah, just scrubbing every single piece in the dishwasher, like especially this floor mat. Like it didn't really come up on camera, but it was just caked in mold and was just so disgusting. But after getting all these pieces like deep cleaned and put back in place inside the dishwasher, I'm also going to run a deep clean cycle with Lemmy Shine's dishwasher deep cleaner. I don't know, it's kind of like a powder. I've used it for years, and you can use it once a month to keep your dishwasher clean, but you can't have any dishes or anything in there, which is why I wanted all the dishes to be done. But you just sprinkle it on the bottom floor, and then you just run a dishwashing cycle, and it does a really good job at just making the dishwasher smell really, really fresh. I don't really know how well it does, at actually cleaning the dishwasher, but it does at least make it smell really, really good. I'm also going to be using this same brand, Lemmy Shine's garbage disposal cleaner. I don't know how well this works, but it does make it smell so good. And when you put it in, you just turn on your garbage disposal and you'll see like the foam come up, and you'll even see too with it like gross yucky stuff from like inside of the garbage disposal come up with it too. But anyways, we are into the next day because again, the kitchen is a lot to clean, especially the oven. But right now I'm just pre-soaking our new pots and pans. I want to do this first so that I can just let them soak while I move on to something else. The first place that I wanted to tackle was inside of the island because this place gets really, really cluttered. I keep a lot of like my containers and serving trays, but also there was a lot of like seasonal stuff in there. I mean, like stuff from like Halloween and Valentine's Day and Christmas that needed to be taken out. I mean, honestly, for me, the island is just like a big dumping ground for like whatever. I don't know what to, put in there. But after getting everything pulled out, I just have everything just pulled out onto the island. But there was just so much stuff that I knew didn't honestly need to even be in the island. So I separated them in piles between the seasonal stuff that needs to be stored away and then the stuff that just needs to be put like in a different space in the kitchen. And then I'm going to follow the same routine as yesterday. So just vacuuming out the inside of the island, spraying it down with my vinegar solution, and then giving it a good steam.
It ain't about money, it ain't about the coolest job. It's about having fun and love that wants to make you shine. It's all about you.
And now I'm just going to sort through this bin, which is like packing supplies for Jaden's lunches. So I have like his lunch boxes and pretty much anything that I need for packing his lunches. I have like paper bags and toothpicks and Ziploc bags, and I just organize them all in this bin. Seriously, bins are the way to go when you have to organize like a bunch of random things. And then now I'm moving on to organizing my Tupperware. I have a ton of these, and honestly, this isn't going to be as impressive because all of my Tupperware is being tied up in our meal prep right now. But I have a ton of containers of different sizes, and they just scatter all inside the island. There's really no organization to it. So that's why I really love this bamboo organizer that I found on Amazon, and I will have it linked in the description box for you. I just think it'd be a great way to organize storage containers, but I mean, it's so versatile. Like you could use it for so many different things. And I also think it looks nice too.
I'm done talking, the lights on me. I tell you, I guarantee this night's about to take a turn for the better. Now the rain is pouring and all I see is lightning around my feet. Now nothing can bring me down. I just wanna dance to my heart.
And I cannot tell you how excited I am for the new organization and to just have this space organized again. But I absolutely love this new Tupperware holder. Again, I'll have it linked in the description box for you. But I just decided to keep some like serving trays, some mixing bowls, some containers, and also just like some serving things that I use for when guests come over. But now I'm just rinsing off the pots and pans because now they are all clean. And then I'm going to go through the cabinets and just swap them out with the old ones, which if you think our baking sheets look bad, wait until you see our pots and saucepans.
I've been losing sleep, what to do? Could somebody come and take me away? I've been in the deep without you, and I got it in my head night and day. But we are one step closer. We're all in this together. Put your hand in mine.
And now I'm just tossing out my saucepans that are like a million years old. I normally try to donate things, but I am not donating these. They are so old and gross. And they also like used to wobble on the stovetop when I would cook. I mean, they were just totally frustrating. And I'm just so in love with the new saucepans. And also it's really nice to have matching saucepans and pots too. I just think it looks so much nicer. At least they look a lot better than they did before. And I just love the wood look on the handle. But now moving on to my pots, which are also like 1,000 years old, and I'm just so excited to get rid of them and again just have matching pots and saucepans. But first I'm going to get my Lazy Susan cleaned out, which is where I keep my pots and saucepans. I just think it's really convenient having them here. I just think that it makes it a lot easier to grab them with like the turntable, and also it's right by the oven too, so it just makes it a lot easier to be able to grab them. But here's a look at our disgusting scratched up pots. Seriously, so excited to get rid of them. So just tossing those out and then replacing them with the new ones.
Oh baby, I've been waiting for you. Now we are one step closer. We're all in this together. Put your hand in mine. Yeah, we are one step closer. Can you feel it, baby? It's the end of the line. It looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, moving on. Oh, wow. It looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, stay strong. Oh, wow.
And now I'm just going to finish up by wiping down the countertops, the backsplash. I'm also going to clean the window too and the kitchen table, just freshen everything up and also redecorate for Easter and spring. Somehow the decorations look better in a clean kitchen. Even though we've done a lot, I still didn't get the entire kitchen done. Like I still have a few like drawers, like our utensil drawer and our junk drawer and our paper drawer. There's a few drawers in the kitchen and also like our big pantry. That's where we keep like all of our cooking supplies and everything. Like I know it's a total disaster because that's definitely a dumping ground too. So I'm probably going to do that in a different part of this series. Probably when I do like the family room and then eventually I move upstairs. I mean, we still have tons of cleaning to do. So eventually we will get to the pantry. I mean, but it's going to be a lot. There's a lot of organization that needs to be done in there. But now that I'm finished decorating and getting everything cleaned up, I'm just going to give the floors a good VACMOP because there were just so many crumbs left behind from like the oven and the microwave and the dishwasher and also the cabinets too. But I truly hope this gave you some motivation to get up and deep clean with me. If it did, be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe and click the notification bell too so you don't miss any upcoming videos in this Spring Clean With Me series. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves. Hey loves, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload twice a week. And today we are just jumping right into it because we are continuing on with part 3 of the Spring Clean With Me series I've been doing on my channel. So we're going to be doing lots of deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing in today's video. So I hope this gives you tons of motivation to get up with me and tackle whatever messes you have around your home. Like I know the hardest part is just getting started. So just get up with me. Let's go. You've got this. You will feel so much better when you do. And if you're new to my channel, I am going throughout my entire home, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my entire home before the end of spring. And if you are not new to my channel, my dryer is fixed. So I have lots of laundry motivation for you in today's video. And as always, if you are having a hard time finding the motivation to get started today, let us know down in the comments what is on your to-do list so that myself and this amazing community can help cheer you on and give you that extra love and encouragement. One thing that I know always helps me get started is when I put on my favorite scents. And so I'm doing a mixture between lemon and magnolia because it just gives a really fresh spring scent. And guys, this essential oil diffuser is seriously legit. I know I've linked it a million times and I've talked about it about a billion times, but I just love this essential oil diffuser. It puts out some serious aromatherapy. So again, I'll have a link in the description box for you, but I love putting on my favorite scents because one, it just instantly uplifts my mood and makes me feel more motivated. And two, when the house smells nice and clean, it just makes me want to make it look nice and clean too. And for today's video, we are back in the kitchen. Of course, I have dishes to unload. So if you have dishes that are in your sink too, then let's go and let's get them done together. And just as a side note, if you are doing this Spring Clean With Me challenge, be sure to take some before and after pictures of whatever space you are decluttering or deep cleaning or reorganizing. Post them to Instagram and tag me. I'm at Kelly Hosbrook because one, it's just so incredibly satisfying and motivating to see those before and after pictures, but also so that I can see what you're working on and your transformations because I'm always curious and want to know, but also so that I can celebrate with you and cheer you on. So let's get up, clean with me, take those before and after pictures, tag me on Instagram, and let's spread some positivity and motivation today.
He got mad love, he got mad love. He's making me blow my mind and I can't stand the thought of being without him.
And so the first place that we're starting is in the kitchen, kind of continuing on from part 2. But the first place that I wanted to start is in my cleaning products, just to make cleaning a little bit easier today. This space is problematic for me at best. And really that's just because I love trying out different cleaning products and different cleaning scents. Like, you know, I love Mrs. Meyer cleaners. If you've been with me for a while, let me know down in the comments what your favorite Mrs. Meyer cleaning scent is to clean with this spring if you have one. But yeah, I mean, this cabinet was just filled with products that, you know, I tried and didn't love, or scents that I tried and didn't work out. And also there was like some weird like spaghetti splash or ketchup sauce on the cabinet. So, I mean, not only did it need to be decluttered, everything needed to be cleaned, including these drawers. Like this deep clean, it's not just going to be like, a surface clean. Like we're actually going to pull out every single item, every single drawer, wipe everything down, get everything really clean, and just completely reset and just try to make everything look like new again for that fresh start. Because that's what the spring cleaning series is all about. Just purging those things that we do not need or those things that we do not use, tossing those things that are just old or disgusting, and just bringing in something that is new and fresh. Like from my last video, my old baking sheets were like the first thing that popped in my head. They were so disgusting. But yeah, I mean, just purging the things that you do not need anymore and creating a fresh space. Not just so that we can enjoy the summer months that are ahead, which I am so excited for. You guys know I'm a summer girly, but also because there is such a connection between physical clutter and the messes in your home and how you feel. And like I said, I am a summer girly through and through, and the winter months have always just been the hardest for me, and at least definitely my least productive months for sure. And I had a lot of messes in my home starting out this series, but so far we have tackled the garage and we've done most of the kitchen. And even though it doesn't seem like I've done a whole lot, it has made me feel so much better seeing these spaces clean and reorganized and just more functional. But now that my cleaning products are decluttered and organized, I'm moving on to these clear stackable drawers, which I absolutely love these for organizing like my dish pods and my gloves and my magic erasers. I got them on Amazon, so I'll have them linked in the description box for you, but I 10 out of 10 recommend them. I think that they are perfect for like under the cabinet storage organization and great for like smaller spaces, but you could totally use them to like organize your makeup products or like your toiletries. Or I feel like these would even be really great in like helping organize jewelry or your accessories. I don't know, I just feel like they're so versatile, but I wanted to take everything out of them so that I can give the drawers like inside of them and the outside a really good wipe down before restocking them for everything I need for this deep clean.
Girl, you should wear a name tag. That's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag. It's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. 'Cause I need you on the dance floor.
Now the cleaning products are decluttered and organized and looking so much better, I wanted to move on to cleaning the inside of the cabinet as well as the outside too. I'm not going to steam the inside of these cabinets. I don't know. I just thought it would be best because there were so many like loose wires hanging around. I didn't want to damage anything. So I'm just going to give it a good wipe down. And also I'm going to give the cabinets a good wipe down too, which I want to paint these cabinets as part of like the spring cleaning, because as you can see, there's like some paint that's chipping off in certain places because I wipe these cabinets down every single day. Yes, I love my white cabinets, but they can be a pain to kind of keep up with. And of course, I would love to paint the cabinets today because the chips are just driving me absolutely crazy, but it is time consuming. If you've ever painted cabinets before, you'll know. So I decided to wait until we redo our pantry, which I am so excited for. But here's a look at our pantry before. Like, not only is it a total disaster, but it is such a large space and I feel like it's not utilizing that space well for like storage. So we're gonna take off the pantry doors. We're gonna make it part of the kitchen, if that makes sense. We're gonna DIY some cabinets underneath and put some shelves in there and, you know, just something different than these like ugly wire racks, and just make it look really, really nice and better for storage. So we are going to be DIYing that in this spring cleaning series. So be sure you have your notifications turned on because you definitely do not want to miss that video. And next we're moving on to the junk drawer. I know every home has one. So right now, walk over to your junk drawer, pull every single item out and declutter it with me. I love having this drawer organized, just in case I need to quickly find a pen, or I need to find a Post-it note and write something down, or if Jaden has like an important paper from school, I need a magnet to hang it on the fridge. It just makes it so much easier when this drawer is organized. But also, it is a catch-all space, so I feel like the most random stuff ends up in this junk drawer. So I'm just going through every item one by one, immediately just tossing anything that's trash. And then I separated them into two piles. One pile is, to distribute it throughout the house, wherever the item actually belongs. And then whatever else I want to keep in the junk drawer is in the other pile. And what I keep in the junk drawer, like I said, is usually just Post-it notes and pens, a stapler, some scissors, just those little things that you might need quickly on hand. And then before I organize everything back into the drawer, I'm going to give the drawer a good deep clean. First by spraying it with my half and half vinegar solution with some essential oils. And then I'm going to follow it up with my steam cleaner, which, guys, I love this steam cleaner. I'll have it linked in the description box. I used it a lot in my last video. And I love this so much because, one, I love using all natural cleaners just because I clean a lot. And two, it just works really, really well at like blasting away all the dust and dirt and like any like sticky gunk that's built up. It comes with a lot of different brush attachments, so you can use it, in your cabinets or on your windows or your countertops or your floors, your couch. I mean, honestly, the possibilities are endless with this thing, but it really does clean it so well and leaves everything so sparkling clean. But now I'm going to get the everything organized back into the drawer organizers. And I've said this before, and kind of going back to the pantry as well, sometimes it's not really about how much stuff you have, it's about how you organize it. And you don't need to go out and spend a bunch of money on different organizing solutions. Sometimes it's just a simple drawer organizer, or that I love to use bins to organize, or like the fun DIY project that we're gonna do in the pantry. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just reorganizing a space. And that's why I love pulling every single item out when I'm deep cleaning and, decluttering and reorganizing, just because, one, it does make it a lot easier to go in and give everything a good wipe down. But also it does make it a lot easier to reorganize a space when you see that blank slate. And also just making sure that you're only putting back the things that you want to keep in that space too. And finally, moving on to my last set of drawers, and following the same routine, just using my handheld vacuum to suck out any crumbs, and then using my half and half vinegar solution to spray the drawers, and then steaming the inside of the drawers and wiping it clean. I'm also going to vacuum out the inside of this silverware organizer, and I decided to use my multi-surface cleaner to wipe it clean instead of the steam cleaner, just because I feel like the wood is a little bit more delicate, and I really love it, so I did not want to damage it, which I believe I got this from Amazon, so I'll have it linked in the description box for you just in case you're interested. And the last drawer that I wanted to tackle that needed a deep clean and also a really good declutter is my paper drawer, which, if I'm honest with myself, it's really just a second junk drawer, but it's just where I keep all of like Jaden's important papers from school or, important mail. But it does end up with just a lot of random stuff in there. So I wanted to get everything pulled out and decluttered. I do have like a file organizer for all of those important papers. So just getting those papers organized into the file organizer, tossing just things that we don't need, and also just creating two separate piles for things, that I want to keep into that drawer, and also the things that need to be distributed, to other places in the home, and then put everything back nice, tidy, and organized. And now I'm just giving the outside of the drawers a good wipe down using the Compassion Flower multi-surface cleaner from Mrs. Meyer. And honestly, it's one of my favorite scents. It made the entire kitchen smell so good. But next I wanted to give the window a good deep clean, especially like the tracks. There was so much like grass and dirt. So I'm using my handheld vacuum to just like suck out any debris, and then following it up with my Bissell Steam Shot, which I was most impressed with how this cleaned the windowsill. It had like one of those angle attachments too that I thought that I would need for like the cracks and crevices, but honestly, like the brush did really, really well. But I mean, it instantly like blasted the dirt like right out of the cracks and the crevices. And you know, like windowsills can be really, really gross, especially on the outside and the inside. Like they can build up like mold, which mold builds up really, really fast, like on the inside and the outside of our windowsills, especially like during the more hot and humid months. But I think because maybe I haven't done it in a while is maybe why mold built up inside there. Honestly, I really don't know why there was mold there, but it was really, really gross. And I'm just really, really happy that the Bissell Steam Shot worked so well on cleaning the windowsills. Like honestly, I did this so fast. It was so easy and it just worked so well. And I've never seen my windowsills look so clean. So I'll have this list in the description box for you just in case you are interested. But I 10 out of 10 recommend it, especially for windowsills.
Just say the word. Everywhere we go, we'll turn to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life. Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the word. Everywhere we go, we'll turn to paradise.
And I have to say, it feels really, really good to have this space clean because obviously I spend a whole lot of time over here, you know, doing dishes and things. And so it just feels so much nicer to have everything look a lot brighter and a lot cleaner. But now I'm moving on to my refrigerator. I wanted to give everything a good deep clean. I usually clean out my refrigerator once a week, but it's usually kind of like a quick surface clean. I don't normally usually like pull every single item out, like all of the drawers and all of the organizers and everything, but we are doing that today. So I'm taking out like literally everything from the refrigerator, like pulling out everything that I can and just giving it a good clean inside the sink. So basically all of the drawers and all the organizers and all of those shelves that are on the side refrigerator door are going to get a really good scrub. And so I decided, since they were so gross too, just to clean them in the sink using my Dawn Power Wash. But first I'm going to let my drawer organizers soak while I move on to taking all the shelves off of the refrigerator door and giving those a good scrub too. I kind of knew those are going to be pretty bad just because that's where we store like all of our sauces, but there was also like this really weird green sticky residue that was in like the cracks of those shelves. So honestly, I'm just really happy I decided to actually take those shelves off instead of just wiping them out on like inside the refrigerator. But yeah, anyway, just scrubbing all of the shelves and then just letting those dry while I wipe down the inside of the fridge. And then I'll also be cleaning this weird vent that's at the bottom of my fridge, which honestly, I don't know if I've actually ever cleaned because it was like really, really gross, but just wait.
It ain't about the coolest job. It's about having fun and love that wants to make you shine. It's all about you. No matter what the others say. But now I'm done talking, the lights on me. I tell you, I guarantee this night's about to take a turn for the better.
And so now just wiping down the inside of the refrigerator, starting with the refrigerator door. And it had just like a really weird mix of like lemonade that was spilled down the side door the day before. And so it was like really, really sticky. There's also lots of sauces and also that really weird green sticky residue that was in the cracks and crevices. So just getting all of that wiped clean. And I like to use my Mrs. Meyer cleaner for the inside fridge. One, because it uses all natural cleaners, which I absolutely love, but also it smells really, really good too, because refrigerators can definitely build up an odor just from, like food being in there. So I love using a cleaner that has just a really, really nice scent. And the Compassion Flower scent definitely made the entire refrigerator smell so fresh and clean, and also just did like a really good job at getting like all that sticky residue like off of the side doors and off of like the glass shelves. But anyway, so now I'm just wiping down the bottom of the refrigerator. When I wipe things down, like especially the refrigerator or shelves or things like that, I always start at the very top and then I work my way down, just because obviously like anything that I'm wiping down at the top, like if there's any crumbs in the refrigerator, it's just going to end up on the bottom shelf, which there were a lot of crumbs like at the bottom of the refrigerator and also like in these bottom drawers too. So just getting all those cleaned out and wiped down. And there were a lot of crumbs that ended up on the floor like after I cleaned out the refrigerator. So if you are cleaning out your refrigerator with me, you might want to keep a vacuum on hand. Honestly, it probably would have been easier and better if I just would have like used my handheld vacuum to like suck out the like crumbs from the inside of the refrigerator. Honestly, don't know why I didn't do that, but I'm just glad that it's clean now.
I've been hungry for affection, baby. Best believe that you got my attention, baby. Now I see you're there in my reflection. You're a part of me, an SMP. Hide and seek till I found you. Oh, I found you. Oh, I found you. Yeah. Hide and seek till I found you.
And so now that the refrigerator is smelling fresh and looking nice and clean, I'm gonna move on to that little weird like vent thing that's at the very bottom of my refrigerator, or whatever it is. I don't even know if it's a vent, but it was really, really gross and just like caked in grease and dust and dog hair. So I don't know, it was just really gross. And this ended up being a really satisfying clean. I used my brush attachment on the vacuum. I feel like that's what worked best, like getting into like the grooves of the vent. And then I just like blasted away the dust and the grease with the steam shot. And it just did a really good job at like blasting away like the grease and the dust that was like caked in between like the vent grates. And I'm not gonna pull out the refrigerator in this video. Like usually I do that for my spring cleaning. I know I also need to do under the stove too, but Tyler was actually working on this day, so I knew I probably needed his help to kind of move around like the heavier appliances. So we will get to that, at some point in the spring cleaning series. But I mean, this is going to be, a true, deep clean of the entire home. So I'm honestly just kind of taking this like one space at a time and really hyper focusing on those spaces that really need to be deep cleaned and really need to be decluttered or reorganized, and just making sure that everything looks the way that I want it to and everything looks really, really clean. And honestly, like everything that we've done in just even today's video alone is easily a week, maybe even two's worth of cleaning. So do not put pressure on yourself to get all of this done in one day. I just did it so that I can give you some extra motivation for when you go to deep clean your home. So yeah, I just want that to be said, to just, kind of take it at your own pace. This does not need to be done, all in one day. But moving on to the sliding glass door that leads out to our backyard, it was just totally gross. And again, another very satisfying task. I love when you can just like physically see the changes. So like something as instant as like cleaning a bunch of dirt off is very satisfying and will definitely motivate you to keep going and cleaning other things. Like when we get into the family room, I'm like pulling out the couch and like the fireplace stand and cleaning behind those and vacuuming inside the couch and steam cleaning the cushions. So I feel like honestly, just like the whole spring cleaning thing is really getting to me and making me feel so much better. And honestly, just so grateful to have a home to clean. But also with spring sports happening and our schedules getting way busier going into summer, I really just wanted to get the house back together and just have it looking better than ever.
Ooh, getting caught in the mist is a minute that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game and we ride
And now just moving into the family room, actually really excited to deep clean this area just because we do spend a lot of time in here. So I definitely know that it needed it for sure, but also I was really excited to see how the Bissell Steam Shot was going to steam clean the couch, and also just like vacuuming under the couch cushions and underneath the couch, and getting up all those crumbs is always just, again, another one of those really satisfying tasks for me. But first I wanted to take off like all of the decorative throws from the couch, and then this is the point that I realized that I still had a ton of laundry that I needed to get to. And so heading into the laundry room to swap out the laundry that's in the washer, and then washing those throw blankets, because I just figured that by the time I was finished with deep cleaning the couch that the throws will be done and clean and smelling fresh too. And honestly, there's just no better feeling than cuddling up with a clean and fresh blanket.
Without shame, we own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules, let them run and hide, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Gonna let the world know.
And as I mentioned before, when I do a clean, I like to go from top to bottom, like especially when you're cleaning things like your ceiling fans or your light fixtures, because obviously when you're dusting those and you're wiping them down, like all that dust is gonna fall like right below them. So I wanted to give this a good wipe down, and also I wanted to give a good wipe down to all of like the wall decor before I started, deep cleaning the couch, just because I knew, whatever dust was on the wall decor or on the ceiling fan was gonna end up on the couch. So just giving everything above the couch a good wipe down before, moving on to the couch and pulling off all the couch cushions and, vacuuming underneath. I usually do this about twice a year for my spring clean and my fall clean, which I feel like the routines are, pretty similar. But honestly, it really wasn't as bad as what I was expecting. I mean, it was definitely pretty bad. There were lots of crumbs, and I also found in the couch cushions some of those like vampire teeth left over from Halloween. So just getting all of those solid objects picked up. And then I'm going to go in with my vacuum and just like get all of those crumbs sucked up. And then after that, we'll actually like pull apart the couch and vacuum underneath. Again, this is a very satisfying part of like my spring cleans and also my fall cleans, because I mean, just the amount of crumbs and, dog hair and random objects. I feel like it's always comical, like what you find under the couch cushions, because I feel like everything ends up under there. But I mean, just with all of the crumbs, it just feels really, really good to have all of that swept up. But also, one of the most satisfying things for me is seeing fresh vacuum lines on the couch. Like, I don't know why. Like, it just makes the entire family room look so fresh and clean. But now I'm going to start pulling apart our sectional couch. There are 3 pieces to our sectional, and they are not light at all. They were super heavy. So it was definitely a workout in itself just getting all of it done. But that's why I say cleaning is my cardio. And speaking of cleaning is my cardio, just in case you missed it, I recently opened up my new store with exclusive merchandise of my own creation for when you are cleaning or decluttering, organizing, being a boss mom, whatever you are doing that day. You can find the store by going to my YouTube channel, or I'll have it linked down in the description. But right now we're offering 25% off everything. The sale ends soon, so be sure to pick up your merchandise today. And a big thank you to everyone who has already supported the launch of the new store. Seriously, your guys' support means so much to me, and without you, I would not be able to do all of this. So again, I'll have it linked in the description box, or head on over to the YouTube page and shop today. And as expected, the underneath of the couch was so gross. There was just lots of crumbs and dust bunnies and a random sock and batteries. So just getting everything like picked up. And then also I'm going to give like the baseboards a good wipe down too, just getting them all dusted. And then I'm going to follow it up with a good vac mop of the floors. And so before moving the couch back, I decided to vacuum the back part of the couch. Since we have a fabric couch, I just know that dust can easily get embedded in the fabric. And I'm using the brush attachment on my vacuum, which has like that rubber grip spin brush. I think its original design is to like get up dog hair, which we have 2 large dogs. So I just love using this tool to get their fur up like off of the couch and off of their beds and like off of the stairs. But it also works really well at pulling a dust up from the fabric too.
Through the day to the evening, without shouting and screaming, something new to me. Alone without being lonely, getting back to the old me. It's kinda nice to feel free. I thought this was over, thought I could control it. But if I speak the truth, I ain't over you. I was feeling sober until you came up now. I don't know what to do. I ain't over you. I ain't over. I ain't over. No matter what I do, I ain't over you. Give it time.
And so again, just using that bristle brush attachment to pull up all the dust and the crumbs from both sides of the cushions. And our couch has a lot of cushions and they're all like different sizes. So you can't really like move them around at all, which I hate because trying to figure out where everything goes is like playing Tetris. But seeing those fresh vacuum lines on the couch and the cushions honestly was just so motivating and satisfying. But steam cleaning it took that feeling up to 100. And couches can get really gross too. And steaming it helps just like get rid of like the dust mites and the germs and the allergens, which honestly, all of this dusting today has me feeling so good because all of the dust has just been killing me lately. And we also have a few spots on the couch where food or drinks have spilled, which luckily we have a darker colored couch, so it really doesn't show up that well. But the steam shot got those spots right up too. I do want to get a new couch soon. I think I talked about this like 6 months ago, but I'm really wanting to get a white couch just to like brighten and freshen up the space a little. And I also feel like my seasonal decor and like my seasonal pillows would look a lot better with like a lighter colored couch. But since I'm wanting white and we do have dogs and a kid, I do want to get one of those couches that have like a removable, seat covers just so that I can take them off and wash them just in case something gets spilled on them. I've seen them before, but I can't seem to find them to like actually purchase in store. So if you have something like that, let me know down in the comments because I'm definitely on the hunt for one.
I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. 'Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure. You just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy.
And now I'm just using Clorox's Free and Clear Disinfecting Mist to disinfect all of the decorative seasonal throw pillows. And then right on time, the throw blankets were done drying. So I'm gonna take those downstairs, but first I wanted to throw in a new load of laundry so that we can keep this laundry train going. And so now the couch is completely clean and looking amazing. I'm just gonna finish it up by spraying Mrs. Meyer's freshener in the scent Honeysuckle, which I love using to freshen up the couch and freshen up the bedding. I mean, it just has a really uplifting scent. Next, I'm going to vacuum the rug. We have a faux fur rug, so I don't usually like steam clean this rug. I'll spot clean it if I need to. Right now it's okay, so I did just want to give it a quick vacuum, and then I'm going to follow the vacuum up with just spraying on some of that Clorox disinfecting mist, which does not have a scent, by the way. So just to freshen up the rug a little bit, I like to spray some of that Honeysuckle room freshener. And seriously, the entire living room, it just smelled so amazing by this point. But now I wanted to go and declutter some of the these little bins that I have underneath my coffee table. It just has like a lot of like different electronics. We have coasters in there, different like charging cables and different like gaming things for my son. So I wanted to get everything decluttered and, put back where it belonged, because honestly, it was just like turning into a hot mess to the point to where I couldn't find the right charging cable that I was looking for. I couldn't find the TV remote very easily. So I'm just going to get this decluttered and only put back the things that I want to keep in there.
You can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you.
It seriously just gave me such a burst of energy and motivation just seeing how clean and fresh that the living room was looking. So now I'm going to move on to like the TV and the TV stand area. First, I'm going to start by just taking off all the decorations just so that they don't get in our way. And then I'm going to first wipe down the TV, just starting at the top and working my way down. And I love using Screen Mom screen cleaner just because it is 100% organic and it really leaves everything looking really, really clean and streak free. But now I'm going to struggle moving the TV stand out of the way. And as usual, there were just lots of bugs and dirt and tennis balls, I guess, that the dogs had pushed underneath the TV stand. So I'm just going to get all of this cleaned up first.
You be trusted, will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? I know I'm feeling something for you. The way you look, the way you laugh, and how you move. It kinda makes me go crazy. But we should take it slow, work things out so you don't let me go. When I come real close, I don't wanna get hurt.
And so now that everything is looking nice and clean and fresh, I wanted to tackle all of the DVDs and Blu-rays that we have in these cubbies because they were a hot mess, like literally no organization. And we had a ton of discs that were left outside their cases. So I'm just going to pull everything out, dust inside the cubbies because I know it's really dusty in there. It's been so long since I last cleaned in here. And then getting all of the discs organized back inside their cases. And while I'm doing that, I decided to also organize them into two separate piles. One pile being like our movies, and then the other pile is like our TV show box sets and movie box sets, just to help keep everything organized and so we can help find what we want to watch a little bit easier.
Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? Before I'm too invested, you should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Maybe when I love you,
And now switching over what is finally my last load of laundry. It feels so good to have empty laundry baskets again, but I did take a little bit of a break. I was a lot of cleaning. This took me all day to do. I just had a little bit of dinner, but now I'm just gonna finish up by vac mopping the floors. I absolutely love my vac mop. I am so grateful for it to be able to vacuum and mop at the same time, especially since we have hard floors. It just makes cleanup so much easier. I'll have the one that I have listed in the description box for you, but I just absolutely love mine. And I vac mop my floors every single night, and it's just like almost like this weird routine that I have to see like that yucky, gross water at the end of the night. It is just so satisfying. And honestly, I feel like it helps me sleep a little bit better too.
You could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say, I'm so incredible, oh yeah, I'm lovable. Cause it's not in the performance, no, there's nothing that you owed. I'm so feel no need to explain. I'll say it all again. Now you don't have to show them anything. I know it's so frustrating. Can't take yourself out the equation. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Can't wait longer than your own patience.
And so now I'm just going to fold the 37 loads of laundry that I did today. Like, I am so bad at that. Like, I feel like I can wash clothes all day long, but then when it comes to actually sitting down and folding the clothes, like, I just can't be bothered. So that's what I do. I'll just wash clothes all day long and just kind of let them accumulate in the basket. And then at the very end of the night, I'll sit down on the couch and I'll turn on a show or I'll turn on like a movie and just kind of make it part of my me time. But anyway, I truly hope this video helped give you some motivation to get up and clean with me today, tackle whatever is on your to-do list. If it did, be sure to click the thumbs up button for me because it really helps out my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And also be sure to turn your notification bell on so you do not miss any upcoming videos in this series because we definitely have a lot of cleaning and decluttering and organizing up ahead. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.
I'd run 1,000 miles if I could run with you. And from what I have heard, you do the same thing too. I wanna say forever, we could be good together. Guess misery loves company. Better to late than never. You know we could do better. So take a chance and run with me. Everywhere we go. Only you move me to the rhythm.
Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload twice a week. And today's video, we are continuing on with part 4 of this extreme spring cleaning series I've been doing on my channel, where I'm going throughout my entire home, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and reorganizing before the end of spring. And today's video, we are tackling my disaster closet. And honestly, I've been itching to do this because with it being spring now and the weather warming up, right now is the perfect time to pull everything out of your closet, reassess the things that you have, declutter or toss the things that you do not wear anymore, and put everything back nice, tidy, and organized. We also finally got a new bed frame, so we're gonna be putting that together in today's video too. And I would love for you to do this spring cleaning challenge with me. All you have to do is just take a before picture and an after picture of whatever space that you are deep cleaning or decluttering or reorganizing. Post them on Instagram and tag me. I'm at Kelly Hasbrook so that I can see your transformations and your progress and to cheer you on. So I truly hope that today's video gives you tons of motivation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get right into today's video. And so here is just a before look of my disaster closet. It is 1,000% overdue for a good declutter and reorganize because I just have way too many clothes and not enough hangers, really nothing is in its place, and it is just time to get this closet ready for spring and for summer, and just pull out all of those bulkier winter clothes and replace them with spring and summer clothes. And also, not to mention, it was raining all day this day, so since I'm stuck inside anyway, today is the perfect day to get some things done that I've been putting off. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know I've been talking about getting a new bed frame since I think it was the bedroom makeover. Well, today's finally the day because we will be setting up a new one, and I'm so excited because not only is it super cute, but it also has storage drawers underneath that we'll be organizing in today's video. But we've got tons to tackle today, so starting up my essential oil diffuser. And I learned on this day that if you mix lemon essential oils with peppermint essential oils, it smells just like Sprite or maybe 7-Up, which honestly was not what I was expecting. But if you want your home to smell like Sprite or like 7-Up, just mix some lemon essential oils and peppermint essential oils, and there you go. But while I tear the bed apart and get everything out of the way so we can set up the new bed frame, I did just want to say that rainy days like these, all I want to do is just crawl into bed and watch a movie or sleep all day. But I know the best thing for me, for my physical health and for my mental health, is to just get up, move my body, be productive, and get something done. And I'm just so glad that I did, because I've been putting off setting up this bed frame and decluttering my closet for weeks, and I just feel a million times better. So I truly hope that this motivates you to get some things done today that you've been putting off too, or to declutter your closet with me, because there is truly no better feeling than when you clear out a space that was once cluttered, especially when it's a space that you see and use daily, like your closet, and making it look fresh and organized. And now that we have the bed frame torn apart, I just wanted to give the floors that were underneath the bed a good VACMOP before we start setting up the new bed frame. But I've talked about this before. I am definitely someone who struggles with the winter blues, and yes, it is spring, but it's still cold and raining like every day here. On top of our schedules getting busier with spring sports and busier work schedules. And so when life starts to feel out of control, nothing helps me feel like I'm taking back control like when I clean and declutter. And so now setting up the new bed frame, I wanted to do this part first, by the way, just so that I can have the storage drawers under the bed set up so that I get some things like organized in there too. And so honestly, I am just going to be helping any way that I can. Clearly, I am not the handyman in this relationship, but I am just sticking on some of the LED lights that came with the bed frame for like under the headboard, which honestly, I am not crazy about LED lights, but Tyler really likes them, and now they match the LED nightstand tables that we got during my bedroom makeover. And you know, just for fun, I'll show what it all looks like at the very end when it's all lit up. But now I'm just putting together those storage drawers that go under the bed, which honestly took me just as long as it took Tyler to set up the entire bed frame. But I was just so excited to do this. As you now probably know, Tyler DIY'd the old bed frame for us. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. We didn't have a whole lot of money, and it was just way more affordable for us to just build ourselves. And then after the extreme bedroom makeover that we did back in January, it was just time to get a new one. This isn't actually the one that I originally ordered back in January. If you remember, I did order one, but then something happened with the shipment, and then it said it went out of stock, and they just never restocked it. So I had to order a new one, which is this one, but I still really love it. It kind of has the same idea where it has like all the shelves and the storage drawers underneath, which I definitely love for, you know, organization and for storage. And also one thing that I really loved about it too is it has these adorable like sliding barn doors, which I thought was so cute. And I always read before bed, so it's really nice too that I have, you know, a space where I can put all of my books and, you know, put my planners and my journals, because normally they're just like a jumbled mess by my bedside. But it's really nice to have like, you know, some more storage space where I can put things. It's also really nice too that it has, you know, like those storage drawers under the bed, which I honestly am probably never gonna buy another bed frame unless it has storage drawers underneath it. I just think it's such a nice feature to have for a bed frame. And also another feature that I love is it has like those charging ports on the headboard so that you can charge like your phone or charge your laptop or charge your tablet. I don't know, I just think it's a really nice feature to have. I saw it once in a B&B and absolutely loved it. And we got nightstand tables with charging ports, but it's really nice to also have it on the headboard too, I guess. You can never have too many chargers. And I will have this bed frame linked in the description box for you below, but 2 things that you need to know about this bed frame before you click on that link. Number 1, it is a pain to set up. Like, there are just a lot of parts and different pieces, and I don't know, it just took us way longer in the day than we were originally expecting to actually set it up. And number 2, it does not sit very high up off the ground. I don't know if you can tell, but it's maybe like 2 feet off of the ground, which is not very tall. So basically when you're getting into bed, you're basically just like falling into bed. So, I mean, honestly, it's my fault. I should have read. I just didn't know that like bed frames like came in different heights. But Tyler said he's going to build like a platform underneath, like a wood platform underneath, just to raise it up significantly. But just as a forewarning, you know, if you are, you know, looking for a new bed frame and you do like this one, just so you know, it does not sit very high up off the ground. So you may need to get like a box spring or kind of do what we're doing, like building a platform underneath, unless you don't mind, you know, having to climb in and out of bed. It's just we're definitely at the age where we need our bed to be, you know, a little bit higher off the ground.
There will be a time when you and me finally can talk. If you speak now, your words will only tear us apart.
Now that we have the new bed frame set up and the bed is made, and I just think it looks so much better and just perfectly fits the makeover that we just did in the room. But now it is time to start decluttering. And so the way that I like to declutter is I like to pull every single item out of that space. If you're asking yourself, do I really have to pull every single item out? If you're short on time, I would say no, but I just think it is the best way to see that blank slate. And it's like that feeling like you get a fresh start and you can go in and get everything clean and wiped down, but also going through every single item that was in that closet and asking yourself, is this something that I really love? Does it make me feel good when I wear it? If the answer is no, I like to donate it because that makes me feel really good. Or if it can't be donated, then I toss it. But only those items that we really love are what we're putting back in the closet.
You wanna see me? Yeah. There are some thoughts I can't avoid. I try to fight them all. So I won't speak right now, 'cause words will tear us apart. I pray to God I find a way to mend my broken heart. Yeah. Wanna show you a new place to start, place to start. But you.
And by this point, it can definitely feel pretty overwhelming seeing everything pulled out of the closet. And so the easiest way I know how to start when you see a big mess like this is to just organize everything into like piles. While I was pulling everything out of the closet, I was already kind of careful and just trying to keep like items together just to make this part a little bit easier. But just really organizing each pile and making sure that all of my jackets are in one pile and my dresses are in one pile and like my tops and my blouses are another pile. So just getting all those organized. So step 1, pull every single item out of the closet. Step 2 is to organize them into like piles. And then we can move on to step 3, or at least I like to do this, but giving the space a deep clean. Because obviously with everything pulled out, it just makes it so much easier to get in there and give everything a good wipe down and just make everything smell fresh and clean. And then we can move on to step 4, which is going through each pile one by one and decluttering. And keep in mind that this took me like all day to do, like especially with the bed frame. So do not feel like you have to do this all in one day. Like personally, I just could not stand looking at my closet, you know, like that any longer. So, you know, if you can do 15 minutes a day or do like one section of the closet, you know, a day. I mean, it definitely doesn't have to be this dramatic, but if you have the time and you want to do a really thorough job, I feel like this is the best way to go about it. But now I'm just taking out all of like my spring and summer clothes that I had in these storage bins that are under the bed. I'm gonna have to find something else to do with these because obviously the underneath of our bed doesn't doesn't exist anymore because it has storage drawers. But I'm just taking all of the spring and summer stuff out so that then I can put all of my winter coats and jackets and more of like my seasonal clothes, because I think I still had some like Christmas sweaters in my closet. But this is what it looks like when I have everything organized into piles. It still doesn't look great, but it definitely looks a bit more manageable. But now moving right along to step 3, deep cleaning the closet, which we had what I found out later to be sawdust on our baseboards. It was from when we did our floors back during our room makeover, and Tyler had cut all the floorboards in the room. So we still had like a layer of sawdust like on the floorboards, which, come to think of it, I honestly feel like the dust kind of lingered in the air because I feel like our room just kept getting really dusty afterwards, which I'm sure was great for our lungs. But first I wanted to use my magic eraser to get all of the scuff marks off of our closet. I feel like we always have tons of scuff marks on our closet. I don't know if it's just us, but this definitely isn't the first closet that I have cleaned out on this channel, and I feel like I always have a ton of scuff marks on the walls of my closets. But seriously, magic erasers are a lifesaver for me. I always keep a stockpile of them. They've definitely saved me from having to repaint my walls a time or two, but now I'm just using my handheld vacuum just to suck up all of the dust that's on the baseboards. And then I'm going in with my Mrs. Meyer cleaner. I'm using the fresh cut grass scent, and seriously, it smells so good. This is the first time I used it, but it's just a really like sweet and clean scent. And it just made the baseboards look so clean. It made the entire closet smell so fresh and clean. And then finally, I'm just going to use my VACMOP just to give the floors a quick vac mop before moving on to decluttering.
Yes, somewhere I'll go running high, looking for a new start.
And so if you have every single item pulled out and you're wondering to yourself, where do I even get started? The easiest way that I found to get started is to find the easiest pile for me to declutter and start there. Because once you get started, I mean, the more that you toss, the more that you're going to want to toss. And by starting with the easiest pile, it gives you like that really quick sense of accomplishment and makes you want to move on and do more. So I'm starting with my shoe pile just because I already knew that the items that I wanted to declutter, I knew it would be a really quick declutter for me. And that's just one thing that I can check off my list before moving on to the next pile. Now moving on to what is by far my largest pile of clothes, which are my tops, sweaters, and blouses. And so when going through clothing, it can be really easy to get hung up on a piece of clothing and not be sure on whether to toss it or end up holding on to something that you haven't worn in years and probably never will again. So to make this process fast and easier and more efficient, I like to consider a few things when deciding whether or not I want to keep an item. First, I like to consider what state is it in. Is it overworn? Is it stained or pilling? If it is, then I toss it. The next thing I like to consider, and probably the most important, does this make me feel good when I wear it? Like, does this make me feel like my best self? Like, we all know that feeling when we get a new outfit that we really love and we want to wear every day. If it doesn't give you that feeling, then just toss it. That is when I end up getting rid of the most of my clothing, because I had lots of clothes that I had bought and brought home and end up not loving as much, or I ordered something online and didn't really love the way that it fit and just never returned it for some reason. And yes, I realize you might get rid of most of your closet, but there is truly no better feeling than only having pieces in your closet that you actually love and make you feel amazing. And now come to think of it, I mean, you really only need 7 outfits a week. So as long as you have 7 outfits, I mean, especially even if you mix and match pieces, that's really not a whole lot of clothing. So just think of it that way, I guess. But now my favorite part of spring cleaning, and that is decluttering and putting away all of like my bulkier coats and sweaters and all of my seasonal clothing and getting those stored away in these little storage bins. I'm still not 100% sure where I'm gonna put these like off-season clothes, like these little storage bins, but I do know that soon we're gonna be DIYing our closet, like putting in some storage shelves and some cabinets and things like that. So I'm hoping that when we have a bit more storage in our closet that I'll be able to fit them in there. But I seriously just love replacing my coats with like my summer and spring dresses and skirts and like the lighter clothes, because one, it just takes up way less space. And two, when we're in our spring and summer clothes, I feel like there's less laundry without all of like the coats and sweaters being in there. But one thing that I love that I am so glad I finally just bit the bullet and got was all uniform hangers. It just looks way more clean and organized that way. So now that we have all the tops decluttered, I'm just gonna go through all the keep items and replace the plastic hangers or mismatched hangers with the new ones. And I decided to keep the blue ones for my son's closet since they kind of match his room's color scheme. But seriously, a change this small made the biggest difference in my closet. So I 10 out of 10 recommend getting matching hangers. And then just getting my spaghetti straps and tank tops organized on this hanger, which I do really like, but then at the same time, the straps do get like hung up on the hooks of it. So I don't know. Oh well. But now I'm just getting all of my tops organized in my closet. And I like to organize them by color and also by likeness too. So I usually put like my coats in the back and then my dresses. And then I like to keep like all of my spring clothes more towards the front. So just organizing everything the way that I like it. And then we'll move on to organizing my bottoms. So like my pants and my PJs and my athletic wear next. And so now moving on to my athletic wear, tossing anything that I don't wear or feel comfortable or good in. And then I decided to organize my athletic wear and like my socks and things in the storage drawer on my side of the bed. And I decided to do that because recently Tyler and mine's morning routine has changed, where we've been heading to the gym like first thing in the morning, which is great. I've been loving it. And I'll be sure to share an updated like spring morning routine video soon too. But some days it can be really hard to get motivated, especially when it's so early. So I figured it would make it so much easier for me in the morning if I had everything I needed to go to the gym organized in this drawer.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
And so after decluttering my pajamas and more of like my loungewear, I'm moving on to like my jeans and my pants, which were crammed into that that cabinet that's right next to the closet. And my goal was to clear out that cabinet and have none of my stuff in there. So I decided to organize like all of my pajamas and my loungewear and also my pants into these really cute little bins. And then I'm going to put those in the closet on the top shelf, which I am so glad to have everything out of that cabinet because all of my stuff was just not fitting in there. Like all of my athletic wear and my pants and my shorts and also my skirts, like it just all was not like fitting. Like everything was just crammed in there and I couldn't find anything. So it feels really good to have it organized like in these bins and to have my athletic wear organized into the drawer. It just makes it a lot more functional. It makes finding what I want to wear a lot easier and also makes putting away laundry a lot easier too. And so to help keep my closet organized and to save space, I found this really cool hanger on Amazon that has 10 clips, which I originally got for my leggings, but since I decided to put those under the bed, I figured it would still be useful in organizing my shorts and skirts, which with the weather warming up, it's really nice to have them more accessible instead of crammed into a cabinet. I got them on Amazon. It comes in a box of 2 hangers and a bunch of different colors too, in case pink isn't your style, but I'll have it listed in the description box just in case you're interested. And finally, moving on to my last massive pile to declutter, which is the miscellaneous pile, which honestly, most of it was just trash or it just didn't belong in the closet at all. So I like to use my laundry basket just so that I can put whatever doesn't belong there in the laundry basket and just kind of disperse it throughout the house. And then whatever is trash, I put into the pink trash bags. And then whatever I want to donate are in those black trash bags in the back. But the main thing that I wanted to like declutter and reorganize is that wicker basket in the back, which is kind of like my filming basket, which has kind of like my filming lights, which I used a lot today because it was so dark outside. And also like my notebooks and really just any filming equipment, and I can just carry it around the house while I'm filming. So I don't know, it's just really important to have that basket organized. But now the basket is looking better and the closet is looking so much better. But the last thing I wanted to do was just wipe out the inside of this cabinet and organize Tyler's pajama bottoms on this shelf that had all of my clothes crammed on it and kind of just make this cabinet his. Reason being, these have been outside the room since the bedroom makeover because we just didn't have anywhere to put them. So I just wanted to get all of these folded in there for him. But I truly hope this gave you tons of motivation. I know it was kind of just a random mix between me setting up my new bed frame and decluttering my closet, but I hope that it motivated you anyways. Be sure to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.
Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all up. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love. I've been feeling like the man lately. Can't nobody do it like I can. Only you move me to the rhythm.
Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload twice a week. And today's video, we are tackling this pantry and doing a massive budget-friendly DIY makeover and transforming this space into a more organized and functional space in the kitchen. And so this is going to be part 5 of my Extreme Spring Clean With Me series I've been doing on my channel, where I'm going throughout my entire home, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and reorganizing my entire home before the end of spring. And this space in the home has been on my list for a while now. We haven't done anything to this pantry since we moved in 2011 or 2012. And so it feels really good and kind of scary to redo a space like this, like a space in the kitchen, because when you have guests over, a lot of time is spent in the kitchen and you just want things to look nice and organized and clean. And so this space is definitely the catch-all space in the kitchen for things that I just do not know what to do with. And some days it's just easier to just throw it in the pantry to deal with later. But then I forget about it, and that's my pantry is always a disaster. So we are removing the pantry doors, having it as an open space, and then building some cabinets and making this almost like a second countertop space. We're also going to be adding ceiling lights and a feature wall, which I am so excited for. Again, this is all going to be DIY'd. You can totally do this all yourself. Definitely budget friendly. Like when everything was said and done, the total cost was $400, where we could have easily paid someone $4,000 with everything that we ended up doing. And it's just the best feeling to have a more organized space, especially when it's in a place like the kitchen where you spend a lot of time. So I truly hope that this inspires you to tackle an at-home DIY project or reorganize a space in your home, because life gets messy. It's something that we all have to deal with, but you don't have to do this alone. We can tackle this together. And if you are totally redoing a space with me, or deep cleaning, or reorganizing, or decluttering, be sure to take a before picture and an after picture, post it to Instagram and tag me. I'm at Kelly Hosbrook, so that we can all see your transformations. And there is just truly nothing more satisfying than seeing the befores and afters of all your hard work. So be sure to click that thumbs up button if you like this video. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments while watching, because I truly love hearing from you. And then let's go. Let's get to cleaning and reorganizing. You can do it with me. And so first thing we wanted to do was to clear everything out of the pantry, including the shelves, which the ones I'm taking down I got from Amazon and was my sad attempt at trying to make this pantry make sense. And then also taking down these wire racks too, which I was so happy to see go, because I do not like our wire racks. We have them in every closet in our home, and I just don't like how they look. I don't like how everything seems to fall in between the cracks of the shelf, but also taking them off was a disaster too, because they left like a million massive holes in the wall, because we ended up having to almost like rip them out of the wall, which then also left drywall all over the floor. So just a forewarning, if you have these same types of shelving in your home, definitely make sure that you have plenty of spackle and your vacuum is on hand, because it was a mess. So just spackling a million holes in the wall so that we can go ahead and paint in here, which, as you may notice, the wall color in the pantry is a completely different color from the rest of the kitchen. And that would be because the paint color in the pantry is the original color of the house when we moved in, which really just shows how little we've done in this pantry. Honestly, I think it was really just because it would have been too much of a pain to take off the shelves. But now that those are gone, I can get in there, give it a fresh coat of paint, which I decided to just do like a pure white, so no tint or color added to the walls, and also the cabinets we'll be building, just to really make this space pop. And also, as I already mentioned, we'll be doing a feature wall in here to make it stand out even more. And I was just so excited to get started. Like, I honestly hardly slept the night before, because I was ready to get in here, tear everything out, deep clean, and rebuild it in a way that I like. And I have to tell you, after this project, it just made me fall in love with my home that I've been living in for 12 years all over again. And I am not going to sugarcoat it. This ended up being a lot of hard work and also a multi-day project. We also ran to Home Depot about 57 times throughout this. I was just absolutely exhausted even after day one, but I am so glad that we did. And I feel a million times better that we just bit the bullet and got it done. And so just finishing up the clean inside here by giving the floors a good VACMOP. They were so gross. And even though the floors are going to be covered by the cabinets, I still wanted to make sure that they were nice and clean before. I also wanted to wipe down the baseboard back here. We're keeping the back baseboard, but the two side baseboards we're actually taking out, since that's where the cabinets are going. And so now Tyler's just making some of the cuts he needs so that we can start building the cabinets. And when I say we, by the way, I mean it's going to be mostly him building this, because I am clearly not the handyman. I like to do all of like the spackling, and the painting is just so satisfying to me. I also love decorating too, and just making the space look really, really nice. But he takes my vision and just puts it together, and it just makes it happen somehow. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do any of this without him. So bless him for going along with all of my crazy ideas. But now we're getting the cabinets set up, and one thing that we definitely noticed while we were putting this together are the countertops. So for the countertops, we wanted to have something that was a little bit more sturdy. We originally got these like more thin, like almost like project boards for the countertops. And our original plan was to reinforce them with some wood going underneath them. Just because it would have saved quite a bit of money. And, I'm all about, being budget friendly and saving money. But one thing that you do not want to cheat on is the sturdiness of your cabinets, especially if you're planning on putting heavier objects on them. So we made a Home Depot run, the first of many runs, by the way, and picked up some more boards, just some that were a bit more sturdy and that looked nicer. We also picked out the stain for the countertops, which I picked out heather gray, and also we picked up the white paint too. But also I wanted to pick out the doorknobs for the cabinets, which I saw these really cute wood ones that we could also stain to match the countertops. And these are the ones that I actually ended up going with, but I'm not gonna lie, there were so many options and this took me a really long time to decide on, just because, do I want to do gold or brushed nickel or silver? And so I guess I ended up deciding on wood. But yeah, there were just a lot of options, and I feel like I'm really indecisive when it comes to these little things anyways. But I did end up really loving the cabinet handles that I ended up picking out. But Home Depot definitely has a great selection. But now we're back at home getting the cabinet set up. Actually, Tyler's working on the countertop there, but this was definitely the most time-consuming part of the project, just getting the frame of the cabinets filled. Also painting too, because we had a lot of painting to do. And obviously this would have been way easier to just, pay someone to come in and do this professionally, albeit a little bit more expensive. But Tyler and I genuinely love doing DIY projects together, especially when life feels like really crazy like it is right now. And our schedules being filled with work and sports and our kids' school activities. And I don't know, it's just so nice to have this time to work together and to chat and just have fun and see what we come up with. It's not going to be perfect like how a professional would make it, but it's just that much more special that we built this together.
What we do ain't no joke about love. He's the one that I die for. Dance along side by side. Can't believe that he is mine. We just do what we do. My love, my heart is beating even faster, faster. He got me feeling like
So now we are on day 2 of this extreme pantry makeover, and it's still early in the morning, which is why I have my workout clothes on, but I wanted to get started on this right away because we still have a ton to get to. We got a lot done yesterday, pretty much got up like the framework of like the cabinets, and so you can kind of see what everything is going to look like. It's really, really exciting. But today for day 2, we're going to be doing a lot of like staining and painting, like painting the walls, painting the cabinets, staining the countertops. We're gonna also do like a feature wall, which is something that we decided to do while we were at the gym. So we stopped on the way home and got a few things for that. So we're gonna be setting up a feature wall today too. Basically just trying to get as much done as we possibly can. Like I know we still need to do like the organizing inside the cabinets and like decluttering all the pantry items, and also like decorating and like all that fun stuff. So this might go into day 3, but my main goal today is basically just to get everything like painted, stained, like all the cabinets set up, like everything, where it needs to be, the feature wall set up, so that then tomorrow we can do all the fun stuff, which is just organizing and, decorating and making everything look, really nice and super efficient. So I'm gonna show you really quick though, like kind of what we're doing and like the progress that's been made so far, and then we'll jump right into it. Okay, so here's what we've done so far, which it doesn't really look like a lot, but we have the framework up for the cabinets. Tyler has the countertops. He has them out. He's staining those right now, which I'll insert some footage of him doing that in just a minute because he's filming it. God bless him. He's been such a trooper on this project. But I have like all the holes and, everything like spackled, and I do need to wipe the wall down. There's a lot of stains. This used to be our food pantry, so there's just like a lot of food, and also like cobwebs are up in the corners. I don't know if you can see them or not, but yeah, just the whole wall just needs a really good wipe down. Okay, so basically step one, I'm gonna wipe down the walls, get it dusted, like wipe down any of like the stains and get like all the cobwebs off of it. Then we're gonna get the cabinet doors on and the countertops as well. I'm gonna paint the cabinets. We're gonna paint those white too. We're gonna get the feature walls set up. And then after that, then we can get all of this mess cleaned up, because I feel like every single time I do a DIY project, it just completely destroys our house. But I'm just trying to think of the end goal. I'm super excited. I just know it's gonna look really, really good. So let's get right to work.
Giving up your dreams to your silly demons. We're diamonds in the dust, so why can't you see it?
And so after wiping all of the walls down and getting all the stains off of them, and also all of these cobwebs out of the corners of the wall, which honestly, looking back on it, I kind of wish I would have used a vacuum instead because it was so gross. But now we can start painting. And again, I decided to go with pure white for the walls and for the cabinets too, just to brighten this space up. And then also to add some contrast, we'll be staining the countertops heather gray, which is kind of like a light brownish gray. It's kind of like the same color as the top of our island, but I was just so ready to finally get rid of that brown paint. And I just love painting. Like, I'm one of those people that I could paint all day and I'll just turn on some music, which is what I did here, or I'll turn on a show. And honestly, I can kind of just mentally check out for the day. I did not enjoy it this time as much. However, if I could go back, I definitely would have painted the walls the day before, like before the cabinet frame was built, because it was in my way the entire time while I was painting. And also adding paint to the roller. Also, the walls took 3 coats of paint to fully cover the brown, where the wood cabinets only took 2. And constantly just ducking under the frame wasn't helping at all. I woke up the next day and my back was so sore after this. But after getting everything painted, even without the cabinet doors on or even the countertops on, which Tyler is either currently staining the countertops right now or he's making the 30th Home Depot run, after seeing everything painted, you can kind of already see it coming together. So I am just so glad that I did end up pushing through and getting everything painted, because there were so many times that I just wanted to call it a night, because seeing that kind of gave me a boost to get everything done that night with a little bit of cleanup the next morning. But we didn't end up going to bed until 1:30 in the morning, but waking up and coming downstairs and just seeing everything done and looking amazing and the way that I've always wanted it was just the best feeling.
They don't know you like I do. Like I do. They don't know you like I do.
And so when painting the walls and also the cabinets, I just use a large roller and also like a little foam brush just to get into like the cracks and the corners. And now I'm just moving on to painting like the front part of the cabinets, which is like where the doors are. And I'll also be using polyurethane on this top piece and the bottom as well after they dry, which I 100% recommend using polyurethane when painting things like cabinets, countertops, doors, or baseboards, because one, it gives it a really nice shine, but also it helps protect the paint from getting chipped or wearing or from staining. So I'll also be using polyurethane on the cabinet doors too, since those get touched a lot, just to help protect them and keep its bright white color.
I wanna speak my mind and tell you how I feel, but it's like talking.
And now we are finally done with at least the bulk of the painting. And honestly, the most satisfying part is taking this tape off, which you can tell I am not a perfect painter. Like, I just get it all over the place, including myself. And we also put a middle piece up between like the 2 cabinet doors. I have no idea what happened to that footage, but now we are putting on the gorgeous countertops. I just love the color of them. I showed it at the beginning, but I will leave it in the description box just in case you are interested. I just think it's a really nice color, especially as a contrast to white. But now we are getting started on our feature wall. This was actually a last minute plan where I just saw a picture on Pinterest and I was like, you know what, we really just got to go for it. So we got this unfinished wood from Home Depot, which is the cheaper option. And then we can just sand it down and paint it, which I'm also going to paint this white and put like a shiny coat of polyurethane on it to make them stand out. And so people are going to ask, why didn't you sand and paint the wood before hanging them? And the answer is, I have no idea. We do not know what we are doing, but with a lot of prayer and patience, this turned out perfectly. This is the first time we're doing anything like this to our house, but I think we did pretty good. But we are now framing in the top and bottom, and then we're gonna start with our vertical boards. So just figuring out where we want them, and then Tyler is using his power tool and screws to pop the boards into place. And this looks so easy from afar, and when it's sped up too. I guess once you get into the rhythm, it's easy. The hardest part was the measurements for sure, because we wanted to make sure that it was perfectly even so that everything lines up, which there's a few parts that weren't perfect with cracks, but I just filled them in with spackle and you can't even tell. Like, it all looks like one piece of wood, which, speaking of measurements, by the way, if you're wondering why we're keeping this post here in the middle, that's because it's a support beam. So we kind of need it, but also we found out while doing this project that it's crooked. So our measurements were a little off when building our cabinets, but we made the adjustments and you can't even tell anything is off. Even though now that I know, I can see that our post is slightly crooked, but oh well, at least it adds character. And then after sanding the feature wall boards, I'm just going to lay down some tape so that I don't get any tape on the fresh countertops. And then I'm going to start painting after laying these towels down, because I'm really trying not to get paint on those countertops. And getting started on painting, I 10 out of 10 recommend painting these before you hang them on the wall, because honestly, it just took me so much longer. I had to keep switching between the roller and the foam brush, and it just took me like probably about 10 times the amount of time that it would have taken me if I would have just done it before I put them on the wall. But seeing everything come together, I was just so excited, and seeing the countertops down. Really all that we really need to do is just put the cabinet doors on and get everything organized back in there. I was especially excited to have this space, a more functional part of the kitchen too, because we love to host, Christmas and Thanksgivings. And I don't know about you, but usually around halfway through the party, like my countertops and my island just look totally trashed. So it's really nice to also have some extra counter space, and I can already picture, serving drinks on there or meals, and it just makes me really, really excited. And before I talk through everything, Tyler just ran a power line through the wall and set up an outlet so that we can plug in the ceiling puck lights. And we found these at Home Depot. These are $30 for a pack of 3, and so we ended up getting 2 packs. These ended up working out perfectly because since this wall is in kind of like a little alcove, we wanted to add some lighting to brighten the space up. But we also did not want to have to spend a bunch of money on it and then also have to drill massive holes to fit the lights in. But these just stick right on the ceiling. We did have to sand down the spot where we wanted to put it because we have a stomped ceiling, but these were really, really easy to install and comes with a remote too, so you can change between regular lights and LED lights. I was honestly on the fence about adding these, but I am so glad that I did because they added the perfect amount of lighting to this space. They are really, really bright lights, so they put out 660 lumens, if that means anything to you. I don't know, but you can also dim them too. So you have control over how bright the lights are. And my kiddo too definitely approves of them as well. He just loves the LED function. He's already been down here just playing with the LED lights and putting it on what he calls party mode, where it like flashes all the different lights. But it's really, really affordable. It was super easy to set up and I definitely recommend them. But now I'm going to get started on spackling. So basically I'm a perfectionist and I just could not stand looking at like the screw holes where we went to fasten in the boards, and also just like the imperfections in the wood too. So I'm just taking my finger and just putting on like a little bit of spackle so that I can go in and sand and then just give the boards a final coat of paint too.
Can it just be us tonight? Under the night sky, gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic?
And now we're getting started on adding some polyurethane just so that we can protect the wood and make it nice and shiny. And you're going to instantly see a difference in how shiny it makes. For the back wall, I used a flat white paint and then used polyurethane on the accent part, and it just really made it stand out. I mean, you can instantly see that it is way more shinier, and I just think it just adds that nice little touch to the dimensions of the wall. And then also I'm gonna add some polyurethane to the countertops as well. But first I wanted to give it a good wipe down because there was just a lot of drywall that was all over the countertops. So giving that a good wipe down using the lemon scented Mrs. Meyer cleaner, and then I'll go and add in a layer of polyurethane. After we get this done, then we will finally add the cabinet doors. Definitely starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I want to say it was somewhere around 11 o'clock by the time that we actually got the cabinet doors on. So it was getting really, really late, but I was just so determined to get everything done tonight so that I can come downstairs in the morning and just see everything fresh and new and organized, and just to see all the hard work that we put in. I mean, there's just truly no better feeling than that. But also, I really just did not want this to go into day 3 because we had a soccer game scheduled the next day, and I just really needed to rest and recover from this massive project. So I am just so grateful that we just powered on. And now we're just adding the shelves inside the cabinet, and then after that we're also going to add the doors on. I will be painting like the outside of the door, but the inside of the door and the shelves are gonna have to wait for another day, like I don't know, this weekend or something. But it was getting really, really late at this point, and I just wanted to get everything, you know, at least the outside all painted. And I still had to add 2 coats of paint to this, and then also the polyurethane, and then on top of that, all of the dry time. And then also get everything decluttered and organized back in. So I took a little bit of a shortcut, but we will get it done at some point soon. So, oh well.
I can feel the heat is rising, and the beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show.
And so we have party mode on, so it is time to declutter and get everything organized into these cabinets, starting with these bins, which I'm going to keep everything in these bins, but I normally keep like my smaller kitchen items, so like my toaster and my blender and a waffle maker. All those like smaller kitchen items I keep in these bins just to help keep them more organized inside the cabinets. And they did need a really good wipe out, especially because of the toaster just had tons of crumbs at the bottom of these bins. So getting them all nice and clean and wiped down before getting everything organized back into them. And so now just getting all of my smaller kitchen tools organized back into these bins. And I have said it a million times, but I'll say it again. Bins are absolutely the way to go if you want to organize like a bunch of different items together and still just make this space look more organized, especially like inside of a cabinet. There's really like no way to efficiently organize things. So I feel like bins just make it easier to make everything separated and to organize like things together as well. Another thing that I've been loving for organization lately that I recently found on Amazon are these organizing bins that you can stick inside of your cabinet door. And so I'm going to be using those to help organize these cabinets too, to help organize my trash bags and smaller cleaning tools. I actually shared these in a recent video where I declutter and reorganize inside my guest bathroom cabinet, and they are so handy in keeping your cabinet organized. So I'll be sure to leave the link for these in the description box just in case you find them helpful too. And now everything is set up and organized and looking amazing besides the rest of the downstairs. It was a total disaster. I mean, this is just what happens every time we do a DIY project or any type of makeover. It just completely destroys our house. So I'm going to go through and just put everything back where it belongs, organize anything else that I need to inside of the cabinet, but mostly just take things where they actually belong. Because again, this pantry has been a catch-all space. So most of the stuff that was in there didn't belong there in the first place, like decorations and wrapping paper from Christmas and books. So again, just taking everything where they actually belong, push the kitchen table back and get everything reset and cleaned up for the next day, or at least as much as I possibly can.
Let's get it on, we got it going, stay strong. It looks like we're
So again, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you can see the timer in the kitchen, but it is really, really late. So the last thing that I wanted to do was just clear off the island. And then I could get everything wiped down and VACMOP the next day. But then my camera died on me. So I decided to just call it a night and then get everything wiped down the next day. So we're just going to wipe down the countertops on the island since we kind of just used it as like a project table. And then also get the kitchen table reset and also give the floors a really good VACMOP because they were so dusty and dirty. I hadn't cleaned them in the last 2 days because I figured, you know, what's the point? Because we were working and I just knew we were going to get messed up anyways. And then I'm just going to clear off this countertop space once again because Tyler's putting on the doorknobs on the cabinet doors. I'll show you like a complete full view at the very end because even though we had kind of a busier day this day with like a soccer game, we still kind of worked throughout the day and kind of tweaking little things here and there. Like I know Tyler restained the countertop and put another coat of polyurethane on it just to make it look extra shiny and a little bit more professional. And we just kind of tweaked around with a few things. So I will show you kind of a full view of everything at the very end. But I am just so excited to finally have this pantry cleared out and also just to have it a more functioning space and just a more clean looking and more organized space in general. Again, this was a really scary project to tackle. We had no idea, you know, what we were doing or what we're getting ourselves into. Again, we made like 57 trips to Home Depot. We really just had a vision and we just went for it. And so I truly hope this motivates you and inspires you to tackle your own at-home DIY projects. You can totally do it and you only live once, so why not have your home the way that you want it to look? Thank you again so much for watching today's video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.
Every night it's the same, I keep running fast. you, so wait, never. I've been hungry for affection, baby, best believe that you got my attention, baby, now I see you're there in my reflection, you're a part of me, and that's in peace. Hide and seek till I found you, oh, I found you, oh, I found you, yeah. Hide and seek till I found you, oh, I found you. You move me to the
Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today's video, we are moving upstairs and continuing on with part 6 of the Extreme Spring Clean With Me series I've been doing on my channel. Starting in the master bedroom, everything is gross, dirty, and dusty, and it is time we give this room a really thorough deep clean before we move on to deep cleaning the kiddos' bedroom and also doing an extreme KonMari closet declutter and reorganize. And if you are new to my channel or just joining in, I am on a mission to go throughout my entire home, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and reorganizing my entire home before the end of spring. And you can totally do this spring clean with me challenge with me. Just take a before and after picture of whatever space you are deep cleaning or decluttering or reorganizing. Post them on Instagram and tag me. I'm at Kelly Hosbrook so that we can see all of your hard work and to cheer you on. But we are kicking off part 6 by stripping off the bedding and adding it to the massive pile of laundry that we already had to do. So if you are behind on laundry too, you are not alone. But throwing the bedding in the washer, because there is just no better feeling than falling asleep on fresh sheets. But also so that we can freshen up the mattresses, vacuum and steam clean them because they get so gross, and wipe down the bed frames and the headboards and ceiling fixtures. Like, this one's going to be a true top to bottom clean so that everything will be fresh and clean for spring and summer. Because I don't know about you, but I want to spend more time this year outside enjoying the sunshine and less time inside cleaning and tidying up. And I just feel like when you do like a really thorough deep clean of your home, especially like what we're doing in today's video and also in this series, it just helps your home stay cleaner for longer. And so now that the room is all tidied up, I knew I was about to start deep cleaning and I needed to get my essential oils going because you guys know that when it smells really, really nice, it just helps keep me motivated and focused on cleaning. And I'm using the scent combination of lemon and lavender, and it is just a really fresh and calming scent, which I feel like is really perfect for spring cleaning. But like I said, this is going to be a true top to bottom clean. So starting with the light fixtures before moving on to like the ceiling vents, I wanted to get this dusted. I mean, this was so gross and dusty, and this is also why I took off the bed sheets first, because there were just a ton of dust that was falling everywhere. And that's also why I love doing top to bottom cleans, because anything that's dusty or gross at the top is just gonna fall at anything below it. So getting those cleaned first and then working your way down is the best way to clean. Also, I feel like it makes the process of deep cleaning just a little less overwhelming. Like, instead of seeing everything, I can just think, okay, first I'm gonna clean everything at the very top, and then next we'll do everything in the middle, and then we'll do everything that's on the ground. And I feel like in a way it just kind of like splits everything up and just makes it a little bit more manageable. I don't know, maybe that's just how my brain works. Also, I love decorating with faux plants. I feel like I have these all over my home, but they get so gross and dusty. So I just use my microfiber cloth and my Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner, which I'm using the lemon scent today, definitely going on with the lemon theme. I just think it's a really nice fresh scent, especially for spring cleaning. Like, when you just want that really fresh, clean smell, which I feel like is just what I have been craving lately. I just feel like Mrs. Meyer just has a really good lemon scent. But we have decluttered and organized and deep cleaned so much in this series so far, and it's still so crazy to me how much it affects me in a positive way. After checking each space off of my list and just seeing everything clean and organized, I just feel a million times better. And I've also been going to the gym almost regularly. If you follow me over on Instagram, again, I'm at Kelly Hosbrook. I've been posting some things over there, but I've also been just feeling honestly better than ever. I've been really focusing on my physical health because that's really important, but also my mental health too. And so one thing that I really like to do during my spring clean that I wouldn't do in my normal cleans is to vacuum the mattress. And as silly as it looks, this really helps suck up any dust mites or anything that might be embedded in the fabric of your mattress. And then I like to follow it up with my Bissell steam shot, but it has a 5-minute window where it needs to preheat. So while that heats up, I wanted to take my window curtains down, switch the laundry, and throw those in the washer for a deep clean because they were so gross and dusty. Again, just adding to the massive laundry pile, but my main focus was to clean all the things that don't get cleaned regularly. So if the laundry gets done today, then great. If not, oh well, it's not the end of the world. But I was just really determined to get our bedrooms fully deep cleaned, have my kiddos' closet decluttered and organized, and just have our bedrooms tidy and ready for spring and summer. And also to have everything smell fresh and clean. And when I wash the bedding and the curtains too, it just makes the entire room smell fresh and clean too. But now the Bissell steam shot is fully heated up, so giving the mattress a good steam clean just to thoroughly sanitize it, which it comes with an attachment too for fabric so that you can use it to clean your couch or your chairs or your carpet, your rugs, your kids' stuffed animals, or if you have like one of those upholstered headboards, you can use it to clean that as well. And I know I featured this about a million times, but it truly is such a handy cleaning tool, and you can use it to clean just about anything. Like you can clean your shower or your floors, your oven, your windows. Like it did a really good job on mine, especially the outside part of the window where it gets really, really gross. But I'm also using it to clean and disinfect my pillows and my decorative throws. This was so satisfying to do. Even though I can't really see a major difference and it doesn't really smell like anything because it's just water, it still gives me that peace of mind in knowing that it is clean. And also, if you follow my channel, you'll know that I clean a lot. And so to protect myself and my family, I try to use only all natural cleaners. And so this has just been a really great option to effectively clean those spaces naturally.
On my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up.
And so now while we're letting the mattress and the pillows dry, I'm gonna move on to deep cleaning the window, starting with the blinds because they get really, really dusty. And the way that I love to clean it is by using the bristle brush attachment on my vacuum to suck up all the dust on the blinds, and then following it up with my Mrs. Meyer cleaner and a microfiber cloth just to wipe it clean. And it just makes the blinds smell so fresh and clean too. I'm also going to deep clean the windowsill, of course, using my Bissell steam shot. I use this to clean all the windowsills downstairs, and it just did a really good job at getting into all of those cracks and crevices. And again, just naturally cleaning those really hard to reach areas. And then after I use the Bissell steam shot, I like to follow it up with my Mrs. Meyer cleaner. Again, because it's kind of silly, but the Bissell steam shot doesn't have a smell. And if I'm going to do all of that hard work, I want it to smell clean too. So I wanted to follow it up with something that had a little bit more of a scent. And then I'll just wipe the windowsill clean. And again, the Bissell steam shot just did a really good job at getting the windowsill clean. But now I'm going to move on to wiping down like the inside and also the outside part of the window. I decided to just wipe down the outside part of the window just because I didn't want to, trying to steam clean it, accidentally like fall right through the window. So I decided it'd probably be best for me to just wipe it down. But again, the Bissell steam shot just did a really good job at getting the windowsill clean. And I also wanted to wipe down the inside and the outside of the window so we can let in all of that spring and summer sunshine. And by the way, I decided to wipe it down instead of steaming because I just didn't want to lose my balance and fall right through the window, because then this would turn into a completely different video. So I just thought it would be better to wipe it down instead of steaming it. But now just wiping down this oversized mirror because it was really, really dusty. I mean, everything in this room was extremely dusty. I don't know if it's just like this time of year or just coming out of winter, but it just seems like the entire entire house was just so dusty. But then I'm also wiping down this artificial plant too, which I don't normally do, but it was really dusty. And as soon as I wiped it down, it just made it so shiny and clean. And then I'm just going to go around and just start dusting like the furniture. So our nightstand tables, the lamps. I also like wipe down the light bulbs too, because that part can get dusty as well. Like any decorations that are on the shelves. And I'm also going to wipe down my vanity as well. One area that I'm guilty of not cleaning, but is always disgusting, is this side vent in our room. It is always so dusty. And the way that I like to clean it is just to use the bristle brush attachment on my vacuum just to suck up all the dust. I use my Bissell Steam Shot, which is the first time I'm using it on this vent, but it did a really good job at like blasting the dust, like any dirt that's like stuck in there, just blasting it away. And then I used my Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner just to spray it on and wipe it clean. Yes, it smells really good, but also air comes out of there, like it has like an airflow. So it also makes the air smell really, really good too. And just makes the entire room smell really good when I clean it with like a multi-surface cleaner. And honestly, this spring clean was just super satisfying because the entire room just smelled really good with like the multi-surface cleaner and the essential oils. And this was actually the first day in like the spring cleaning series where it was warm enough where I could actually open up the windows. So I had all the windows open, and just getting in that fresh air, it just made me feel so much better. And it's just been, a lot more sunnier here in Ohio and a lot more warmer. I really hope that it's getting warmer where you are too, because it's just been really, really helpful at getting me motivated and, staying positive and continuing on with the spring cleaning, because we still have a ton of cleaning that we need to do. But the last bit of cleaning that I wanted to do in here was just giving the floors a good VACMOP, which I am so happy that I got hard floors in here. And if you're wondering why we only have hard floors downstairs and in our bedroom, that's because we are slowly but surely putting hard floors throughout our entire home. So hopefully that will be coming soon, because we still just have like a little bit of the upstairs to put hard floors down, but it just makes cleaning so much easier. And having kids in here and also dogs too, it just makes cleanup so much easier and so much faster. And I also love this VACMOP too. And it's just so satisfying too to see like the yucky water that comes out of it. But now the curtains are done washing, so I'm going to go ahead and hang those up, and I just like to let them hang dry. Again, I use fabric softener. I love using Downy's April Fresh because it smells so good. And when I wash the curtains and let them hang dry, it just makes the entire upstairs smell so good. And also all of the bedding was done drying, so just putting all those back on the bed and making the bed, because seriously, there is just no better feeling than falling asleep on fresh sheets. So if you haven't already, then let's get up. Let's take off the sheets. Let's make the bed. I promise you will feel a million times better when you do.
Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when we first met. Couldn't keep my hands away. I was speechless when we first met. Yeah, you took the
And now moving on to my son Jaden's room, which honestly was kind of a mess, but I also had a ton of things that I wanted to get done in here. I wanted to change the sheets and steam the mattress and really just do all of the things that I did in my bedroom. I also wanted to move the bed and like vacuum underneath the bed too, and dust like all of his shelves. But I also wanted to like pull everything out of his closet, all of his clothes, and go through them, declutter, and get rid of anything that doesn't fit him anymore, or maybe that he just doesn't wear, or maybe I guess like a stain or it's torn, and just get everything reset in here and ready for spring. And so I just decided, since it was a little bit messier in here, that I would go ahead and like do the deep clean, and then do the declutter, just to make the decluttering a little bit easier and I don't have to declutter with a bunch of stuff in my way. But first I'm going to take off all of the bedding and throw those in the wash. And I think at this point is when I just kind of gave up on all of the clothes that I had. I don't know. I ended up not getting to any of it, which again isn't the end of the world. Like I've had plenty of days where I've had to catch up on laundry. But I was just really focused and determined on just trying to get the bedrooms deep cleaned, get the closet decluttered, and, not let my ADD take over and, have me bouncing around doing laundry and stuff. I just really wanted to focus on the bedrooms today. So now again, just following the same routine as my bedroom. So vacuuming the mattress to suck up all of those dust mites, and then following it up with the Bissell steam shot just to get everything disinfected. I'll also be steam cleaning his pillows, and he has like a bunch of stuffed animals that he keeps on his bed too. So I wanted to get those steam cleaned as well. And again, opening up the windows to let that spring fresh air in, and also to see that the windowsills were a total disaster as well. So I wanted to give those a deep clean since we will be having the windows open a little bit more now, since it seems like the warmer weather is thankfully here to stay. So I'm using my handheld vacuum to suck out any of like the dust or the debris, and then following it up with my Bissell steam shot. Again, this was just so quick and easy to do. And honestly, this is probably one of my favorite chores to do like during my spring cleaning, because it's really just a ritual in my spring cleaning since we will be having the windows open more and more sunshine. I just want to make sure that it's all really, really clean. And I've said this before, but I am a summer girly through and through. I do not do so well, in the winter months. Like fall, I'm okay with, but it's more like that January and February time where I just feel so blah. And so when I'm like deep cleaning the windowsills and cleaning the windows, to me, that means that it's time for the warmer weather. But now just following the same routine, cleaning the blinds like I did in my room. So just using the bristle brush attachment on my vacuum to suck up all the dust off of the blinds, and then following it up with my multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth just to wipe it clean and to make it smell fresh and clean. And then I'll wipe down like the inside and the outside of the window. And you'll also notice that I don't clean like the outside top portion of my window. That is because I did not, again, want to fall out of the window. My arm is just not long enough to reach it. I really need to get a tool where I can get up there and like get that top part of the window. But thankfully Tyler's arm is long enough to like get it. So I had to wait until he got home so that he could clean the top part of the window. So that's why I only cleaned half of the outside of my window, just in case you're wondering.
You better grab that tambourine, bring the bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it, that's my true-to-love, true-to-love. Ooh, I love it, crank it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, turn it
Thoughts are running around inside my head. Emotions keep coming, they're keeping me from thinking.
And so after moving about 1 million action figures and wiping the shelves down here, which honestly is something I do once a week anyway when I come in and do like a weekly clean, since he is 12, he is responsible for tidying his room and like making the bed. One thing I don't do weekly, however, is vacuuming under the bed. And simply put, it was just disgusting under there. There were like Nerf guns and broken pieces from toys and wrappers and dust bunnies and about a pound of dog hair from like when the dog sleeps with him at night. So yeah, just really glad that's cleaned up now.
Wanted to do better, wanted to be great, but something stayed the same. Something stayed the same. Something stayed the same. Start a life in the country, I could say yes to that. Whatever way you want me, I'll learn it all and I'll adapt. Even if I changed up everything except my name, we will still be Friday, cause I am still the same. I wanted me to be somebody else, another me that doesn't need your help. But if I'm honest, I don't think we got it. I try to change the things you never liked, try to make this better, make this right, but we're the same.
And so at this point, the bedding was finished in the dryer. So just putting on those fresh sheets and making the bed. And then we'll move on to doing the closet declutter and like decluttering and reorganizing his clothes and his shoes. And by the way, I did not do my closet in this one because I just did it, I think it was about a week ago. It needed a video all in itself, to be honest. And it's just honestly made a massive improvement on my daily routine and my mood, just having that space cleaned up. And I'm just really excited to do that for him today too, because he really, really, truly notices and appreciates it when I do things like this. And he'll always say like, oh, wow, you did such a great job. It looks so nice. And it just makes me feel so good as a mom to have his space clean and organized. I wanted to focus mainly on his clothes today. I didn't want to like declutter his toys because I kind of have him do that himself, since he kind of has his own personal relationship with his belongings. But as far as like the clothes, I kind of already know what he's grown out of, which is a lot because he's grown a ton. Like he's taller than me. But I already know like what he's grown out of, what has stains on it, you know, what looks overworn, what's pilling. You know, if it looks like that, then I'll go ahead and I'll donate it. Or if it can't be donated, then I will toss it. And so also when I declutter, I like to organize like everything into its own piles. So I have all of his winter clothes organized into one pile because I want to declutter those and put those into storage. I also have his tops in one pile and his bins in one pile, as well as, you know, his shoes. And then I start decluttering the pile that would be the easiest for me to declutter, which was definitely his shoes, because I knew exactly the ones that I wanted to toss or donate. And then I'll put the shoes back nice, tidy, and organized, and then just move right on to the next pile. I feel like when you start with the easiest pile, it just really helps you get the momentum going. And you know, I mean, after you pull everything out, it does kind of look a little bit overwhelming and like you just don't know where to start. So when you start with the easiest pile, it really just helps get that momentum going and kind of makes you just want to keep going and do more. I feel like the more that you toss, the more that you want to toss, and just the easier it gets, like the more that you do it. And so now I am just organizing like all of his clothes that are in his bin. This was like a DIY project that I did, I think it was a few months ago, but I did film it. It's in one of my videos. I'll have to post it in the description box for you. But we did DIY inside of his closet and put some shelves and bins, and it has just been a game changer in keeping everything more tidy and more organized. But there were just a lot of clothes that I just knew that, you know, couldn't fit him anymore. Again, he had like outgrown, or maybe they were overworn. So I went ahead and I tossed those, or I donated them. I also recommend, if you are decluttering with me, to use 2 different colored trash bags. I use the black bags for donations, and then the pink bags, they're like just like little kitchen bags. I use the Glad Cherry Blossom scented ones, by the way, but I use those for things that cannot be donated, so they're just trash. Since I usually have less trash than I do donations, I like to use the bigger bags for the donations, but this kind of helps keep everything really, really organized. And now I'm just moving on to like all of his tops and getting those decluttered next. Again, just checking to see if there are any stains. Well, actually first checking to see what size they are because he had outgrown a lot of them. But yeah, just checking to see if there's any stains or any pilling or if there's like any tears in them. I go ahead and I toss and I donate those. I'll also be switching out his hangers. This is something else I did in my closet where I swapped out all my hangers for uniform hangers. And I love using the felt ones because they definitely take up way less space than the plastic hangers. But I also wanted all of his hangers to be the same color, and I wanted to go like along the blue color scheme. So I'll also be switching out the hangers too, long story short. But it really is like those little things that can make a really big difference in a space. I felt like I flew through this declutter. It really just did not take me that much time at all getting everything organized, and it just made me feel so much better. Like I ended up with two or three full black trash bags of clothes and things that I just knew didn't fit him anymore. I guess that's like the one good thing about growth spurts is that it makes decluttering the closet a lot easier because you just already know like, okay, this doesn't fit, this has a stain. It definitely makes it a lot easier. But now, like I said, I am just swapping out the hangers. I wanted to keep like the cream colored ones because those are the color of the ones that I use in my closet. And then I kept like the dark blue and the light blue for his closet. I almost had enough for all of his tops. I think I need to go out and get maybe like just one more pack and then I'll have enough. But we are just so close to having like all uniform hangers in both of our closets and just being rid of those plastic ones. I mean, I'm sure I'll find one that pops up, you know, somewhere eventually. I feel like they always do. But now I'm just organizing all of his tops back into his closet. Again, I organized the winter clothes I organized them like in a storage bin that you can put under the bed. I'll have that listed in the description box for you, but they are really, really helpful in keeping things like organized and to help store away like those off-season clothes that's just taking up space in the closet. So like in the summertime is where I'll keep like all of his bulkier winter clothes, and then in the wintertime is where I'll keep, you know, all of his tank tops and his shorts. They are really, really helpful. But now I'm just organizing all of his tops. I like to do them like color-coded because I don't know, it just makes me happy when I look at it, which I'll show you an overview of everything in just a second. But now I'm just tossing away like all of those plastic hangers and the felt hangers that don't, you know, match the color scheme that we have in our closets. But it seriously feels so good to have everything decluttered. I did end up keeping like a few of his lighter jackets just because it's still a little bit colder in the morning, but it does just make my heart feel so happy to have this space decluttered and to only have things in his closet that he actually wears. And the final thing that I wanted to do was to give his room a good steam clean. This is something that I do in his room honestly probably about once every few months, so it's not really even a spring clean thing. Again, I just cannot wait to have hard floors because carpets are just so hard to keep up with. But yeah, just giving those a good steam clean just so that they will be nice and fresh. But I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video and it gave you tons of motivation to get up, get moving with me, whether you're spring cleaning
Could
for home
somebody
too,
come
or
and take me away?
with me,
I've
or
been in the
just
deep
putting it on in the background as
without
you go
you.
about your day. I've been here for
And
you,
I got
and
it in
so
my head night
appreciate
and
you
day.
being here. Also,
We are
we
one
still have
step
a ton of
closer.
spring cleaning videos that's
We're
up
all
in
in
this
this
series,
together.
so
Put your
make sure you
hand
are
in mine.
subscribed and that your
Yeah,
notifications
we
are
are
turned
one
on so
step
you don't miss out on
closer.
any upcoming videos
Can you
because
feel it,
we still
baby?
have
It's the
spring
end
cleaning
of the line. It looks like we made
our
it.
project. We'll be refreshing our
Let's
living
get
room,
on, we got it
planting our
going,
vegetable
moving on
gardens
the
and flowers. It's
way.
kind of more of a
It
side
looks
note,
like we made
but all coming
it.
up soon. You do not want to miss.
Let's
Hope
get
you have a
on,
happy
we got
spring,
it
and I
going,
will see
stay
you all in
strong.
the next one. Bye, loves.
Let's get on, we got it going, stay strong.
All my thoughts are running around inside my head. Emotions keep coming, they're keeping me from thinking straight. Thought it would be different when I got my things in place. Stuck in this commotion, how come I ain't past this yet? I wanted me to be somebody else, another me that doesn't need your help. But if I'm honest, I don't think we got it. I tried to change the things you never liked, try to make
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today's video, we are continuing on with part 7 of the extreme spring cleaning series I've been doing on my channel. We're going throughout my entire home, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning and decluttering and organizing before the end of spring. And this time of year has just felt so crazy busy. I've actually heard it referred to as May-cember just because of all the end of year school activities and the spring sports. Plus, with the weather being so nice, I feel like we've been camping just as much as we possibly can. And I feel like we're just like never home. And my house is a total disaster. So we are continuing on with the spring cleaning series today, but also just catching back up, getting back on track. Like I'm just looking at all the mess behind me and it's so distracting and I feel so overwhelmed. But you know, when I feel really overwhelmed, I know I've already talked about the mind shift of I get to, not have to, but also the mind shift of like God blesses us so much and we have to take care of our blessings in order to receive more blessings. So for example, like you yourself are a blessing. Like God put you on this earth for a reason. So taking care of your health and, you know, eating healthy foods, but also, you know, taking care of your family and your home. And so yeah, just that simple mindset of these are all blessings and you have to take care of your blessings so that you can get more blessings really helps me when I just feel really like frustrated or overwhelmed with everything. So I really hope that today's video gives you tons of motivation and I will shut my mouth because we have a ton to get into today. So starting this with like an upstairs walkthrough, which we're in the master bedroom and I'm not going to spend too much time in here or in the kids' bedroom just because we literally just deep cleaned it. So like everything is clean in here, but obviously it needs a really good tidy up. The beds need to be made. I still need to unpack from our camping trip, which we just got back from yesterday. So we have bags all over the floors, which honestly, I just could not be bothered yesterday to unpack our bags, but we are getting that done today. Also, this closet needs a good tidy up, possibly even a declutter too. I really don't know. I do know that I need to stop hanging my clothes here. I just need to hang them back up. Like I'll try on clothes and I'm just in such a rush that I'll just like throw it on my shoe rack, but I really need to start hanging everything back up because at this point I don't even know what's clean and what's dirty. So it just needs to be washed and I already have a ton of laundry that needs to be done. But yeah, this closet needs to be tidied up really, really bad. Okay, so here is the current state of our bathroom. Obviously it needs a quick tidy up, mainly from me. I know like our cabinets down here are definitely just a total disaster. So I need to go through everything in here too. Maybe some things like in the drawers as well. I don't know. I think those are actually probably pretty good. I know that our bathtub needs a really good scrub. And I mean that literally because when we got back from camping, we had to wash the dogs, but it was raining outside. So we had to do it in the bathtub. So, I mean, just look, bathtub is totally gross in here. So definitely need to give this bathroom a really good deep clean. And then coming out here, we just have some more clothes for Jaden that need to be put away. I have a blanket that's hang drying that we brought on the camping trip. Also, I do know that I need to dust this bookshelf. It's been way too long. Like, look at all the dust on here. You always say, like, her house is so clean. Like, no, hunty, my house is definitely not clean. And then here's just some more laundry from our camping trip that needs to be washed. This is my kiddos' room. Definitely needs a good like quick tidy and pick up. Also, we have some plates and food and cups and things like that in here. So yeah, we definitely need to get in here and just tidy everything up really quick. This is where the real messes start though. This is where I kind of get a little bit nervous to show you everything. Okay, so this is like the game room.
This, I've honestly, I've referred this to before as like the forgotten room. So I always forget to clean this room. I don't know if anybody else has like a room like that in their house where you just kind of neglect to clean it a lot. But yeah, this is definitely the room for us. But everything is just so dusty. I mean, just look at that. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of dust. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and just a lot of like clutter, like wrappers and things on the ground. This closet, this is where I keep a lot of my, well, it's supposed to be where I keep a lot of my decor, but it's just turned into like, I don't even know what it is anymore. We have like toys, my throw pillows, which I tell people to not get, but I have some for like our beds and stuff. I definitely recommend pillow covers, and this is why, because look at how much space just the pillows alone take up. So I don't know, I need to do something about that for sure, but we definitely need to figure out this closet situation. I know a lot of like the decor needs to be like put back into the bins. Everything needs to just get organized, decluttered in there, deep cleaned, tidied in here, and wiped down really, really good. Because, I mean, just look at this. Just stuff everywhere. Oh, poor Pooh down there with all of these little toys and gadgets. And yeah, just the floors are totally gross. This couch, I know, needs to be deep cleaned really, really bad. Yeah, and everything just needs to be tidied up. And this isn't to like, you know, feel bad or anything. Like, life gets busy and you need these reset days. Oh my gosh, guys, like, look at this. That is so disgusting. But it's right outside the dog's room, which is the next thing that I wanted to show you. It is just absolutely cluttered with toys and Nerf guns and workout equipment, and I don't even know what else. This is supposed to be like my office space, which I definitely need to redo because this computer doesn't really even work anymore, so I need to get rid of this. I don't know, just everything needs to be decluttered and just like reorganized. Just make it more like functional, because right now it just feels like a lot of the upstairs space is just not functional anymore. Because I also use this room for, you know, my gym and, you know, obviously the office space, and then it's also the dog's room, which look at that mess. Like I was saying before, like, don't feel like this isn't to feel bad. Like, sometimes you just need reset days and days where you can just catch up on everything, because, you know, life gets busy, life gets messy. You know, it's just something that we all have to deal with. This needs to be fixed too. It's like our little leash hangers for our dogs. It's so cute, but oh, it fell down. This is like from our bed frame, from our bedroom makeover. Yeah, I mean, just with like all these little DIY projects, just everything gets so messy, especially upstairs right now. So anyway, we are going to get started. I would say probably the best place to get started is all of the laundry, just so that it can wash while we're, you know, doing other things. We'll get started in the master bedroom, get that tidied up. Okay, so yeah, definitely have tons to get done, but I just really hope this walkthrough shows you that if you have messes in your home, you are not alone. Like, life gets busy, life gets messy for all of us. And I just really hope this motivates you to get up and tackle some of those messes with me, because I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, I am so overwhelmed with everything that I need to get done today. Honestly, this might not even be just like a one-day project. This might go into day 2. We'll see, but I just know that I cannot look at my house like this any longer. Like, it just needs to get done. I feel like in the long run, it overwhelms me more, like seeing my house like this on a daily basis, like in the long run, than it does me actually going in there and getting it cleaned up. So that's what we're doing today. We are catching back up. We are cleaning everything back up. Hope this gives you tons of motivation, and let's jump right into it.
So like I said, we are starting with the laundry first. So just gathering all of the scattered laundry that's in the closet and also on the bed. When I feel overwhelmed, like I don't even know where to start, I know that no matter what, I have laundry that needs to be done. And that really helps me get started and get the ball rolling so that I can make the most of my time and get the most that I possibly can done. And by the way, I'm just throwing in this pink bag is the dirty clothes from camping. I find it really helpful that when when you go on trips to bring a trash bag with you so you can put the dirty laundry in so that you know exactly what needs to be washed when you get home. But anyway, this is not about making my home look perfect. That's just not realistic, but it's about making my home so that it makes me feel happier and also more functional and organized for my family. And we have been through quite a few disasters in this series so far, and honestly still counting. And so if you have messes in your home too, this isn't to feel bad or to shame. We all have messes in our home and go through different seasons of our life, and we need to clean. We need to get things back in order, to declutter, reevaluate the stuff that we have so that we can feel better and better take care of our blessings. So again, I truly hope this gives you tons of motivation to tackle whatever you have on your to-do list today, whether you are cleaning, decluttering, reorganizing a space, or just trying to get your life together like me. Like, I know what it feels like when you just feel so far behind and your home is just so disorganized and chaotic and not functional at all, and you don't even know where to start or even how to fix it. And you know what? I can guarantee almost every single person watching this right now has felt the same at some point in their life. Me, for instance, I feel like that weekly. Just kidding, but it's all about getting started. So even if it's something as small as starting a load of laundry or making your bed, that's always been so helpful for me, at least just to give me a place to start. And by the way, if you have a prayer request, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below so that I can pray for you. This amazing community can pray for you. I know I haven't said this in a while, at least it hasn't been a few months, and I don't know why. I just kind of felt like I needed to say it. But any video of mine, if you have a prayer request, you are always more than welcome to leave them, whether you're going through a really hard time right now or just needing some extra encouragement. I will pray for you, and there are so many amazing community members who will pray for you here too. But now I am just reorganizing my shoe rack. And when I organize my shoe rack, I like to have my spring and like my summery type shoes on the top shelf. Any heels and like the lighter boots that I have are going to be in the middle. And then my winter boots are at the bottom. And I also tuck my flip-flops at the very bottom too. And yes, I know I just recently did a massive like KonMari closet declutter in here, but let's be real, spaces like this, especially like closets, get disorganized really quickly. But now I am just needing to get the new summer decor I got from Amazon out of its packaging and organize with the rest of my summer decor so that that's all ready to go, which I don't know about you. Let me know when you bring out your summer decor and things in the comments. But for me, summer has always started when the school year ends and like the kids are out of school, which my kiddo's last day is this Thursday. But really, honestly, the last full day was Monday. And then Tuesday through Thursday, I feel like they just go in for a few hours just to get like a few of their supplies out slowly. But anyway, last week of school is this week. We wrapped up spring soccer with tournaments last week. And then we just have 2 more weeks of spring basketball. And then we're just going to roll right into summer, where I feel like everything is going to start to slow down and we don't really have a whole lot going on, thankfully. And like, I know we have summer basketball and maybe like 1 or 2 things planned, but for now, at least, that's about it. But I cannot wait to decorate the home for summer. I'm also going to be refreshing the wall decor in the family room when I decorate for summer too. I know I've been talking about that for a while, but that video is coming very soon. So make sure you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss that video. Next, just moving on to taking Tyler's workout shorts out of these bins, mainly because they do not fit in here anymore since he's accumulated so many workout shorts, but also because I'm trying to slowly clear out all of these bins because I honestly am just tired of them. I mean, they've been great for many years in organizing all of our clothes and all of our accessories, but now I just feel like it's time for something different. So just KonMari folding and organizing these into the storage drawers drawers that came with our new bed frame, and they fit a lot better, by the way. But speaking of things that I've been talking about doing and not doing, this summer we will be doing an extreme master closet makeover where we'll be DIYing some organization and shelves in the closet. Maybe towards the end of summer. I really don't know. I really don't like putting exact timelines on those kind of things, but we are getting plans ready to completely redo the master closet. I am so excited to get started and to be able to make the most out of our closet space, because one thing that I've learned from this series and making videos like this is sometimes you can have the bare minimum and still things get disorganized very, very quickly. Yes, it's a lot faster to get it cleaned up, you know, if you have less things, but also the way that you organize things and the organization systems that you have in place can make the biggest difference. But I will definitely keep you updated on that video when we plan on doing the master closet makeover. But now we are moving back to the laundry since the washer had finished up. I'm just taking the towels and sheets out of the dryer and putting them in the basket so that I can switch them. Before I started the dryer though, which this is another part of my spring cleaning checklist, is to deep clean the dryer vent. And I have this tool that I found on Amazon that helps scrape off the lint from like your dryer filter and inside the vent area. This works so well. Yes, there is some loose lint on the filter from the previous cycle, but there's also like smaller pieces of lint that get stuck inside the mesh that the brush can easily scrape out so that your dryer vent is actually clean. And I will have this listed in the description box just in case you are interested. Now that we have the next load of laundry started, I wanted to fold and put away all of the towels, mainly because we were completely out in the linen closet, and also fold and put away all of the bed sheets that we took with us when we went camping, which if you want to see pictures and videos of our camping trips, I post all that stuff over on Instagram. You can find me, I'm at Kelly Hosbrook, so you can see all of like the more day in the life stuff. But let me know down in the comments any summer vacations or activities you have planned for this summer. As of right now, we don't have anything actually planned, which is kind of weird. We usually do by this point, but honestly, I guess we've just been too busy to actually sit down and plan anything. But we've been having so much fun camping. We might honestly just focus on doing that this summer. Maybe do like a late summer vacation, go to the pool, you know, all the summer things. But let me know down in the comments any summer plans you have, because I always love hearing what's new with you.
Don't let them get the best of you when you are under the weather, getting caught in the storm. Do you remember? I told you if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby.
Next on my spring cleaning checklist, which needed to be done desperately, I needed to deep clean this upstairs loft area. It needed it so badly. Everything was just so gross and extremely dusty, starting with wiping down all of the doors up here with my clementine scented multi-surface cleaner by Mrs. Meyer and a microfiber cloth, especially the doors that get touched frequently, which is usually my boys' room, the linen closet, which has like our towels and also our medicine drawers, the laundry room door, so that everything looks bright, shiny, and clean. And wiping down all the doors with the clementine scent too, it also made the upstairs smell amazing. It's definitely one of my new favorite Mrs. Meyer scents that I will also probably definitely be using in summer as well. But then after wiping down all of the dirty fingerprints off of the doors, I also need to wipe down this bookshelf desperately because, full disclosure, it has not been touched in a month. Clearly, I haven't done a lot with this bookshelf because it just hasn't been decorated since Christmas either, but oh well. I will be decorating this bookshelf for summer as well, but for now, I'm definitely more focused on, deep cleaning, decluttering, reorganizing my home, and just making it more functional. So it's just gonna have to stay an empty bookshelf for now.
I will make you answer for all of your mistakes. But I'm way too weak now, crawling on all fours, searching for something to keep me from going crazy. But I'm way too deep now, I can't remember.
Next, just needing to wipe off the nose prints from both of my puppy's favorite lookout spot. But also, if you watched my Temu product review video, I talked about how I struggled to clean this window over the stairs. Tried a Temu product. It failed, by the way, because it just left the window looking more dirty than anything. But you'll see why I was looking for something to clean this window, because what I have to do is dangerous at best, but I really don't have another way to reach it. So if you have a product like that that helps clean the hard to reach windows, let me know what it is down in the comments.
But I guess you had other plans. I wish I'd known in advance that way. Maybe I could have got in my heart, but now I'm just back at the start. You don't come around here no more. Why'd you have to let me go? Let me go, go, go. You don't think about me no more. Why can't I just let it go? Let it go, go, go. Why'd you have to show me heaven just to leave me down in hell? You don't come around here no more. Why'd you have to let me go? Let me know, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Why let me go, go, go. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Why let me go, go, go.
Couple hours from Japan, would you stay awake? I'm losing touch of who I am when you're far away. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while.
So this vent was absolutely just so gross. Like, I really don't even want to talk about it. If you're curious, yes, I do dust my vents every 6 months. This one has to be monthly now. I think because it's right outside where the dogs like to sleep, it just like sucks in all that dust and fur. But anyway, the way I like to clean my vents is by using the bristle brush attachment from my vacuum to suck out all of the dust. And then I just do like a combination of my Bissell steam shot to blast off all of the grime from in between the vents, and also my multi-surface cleaner and microfiber cloth, because it was blasting off so much grime that I also needed to wipe it clean. It didn't come out perfect, but it's absolutely 1,000% better.
I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close. Ooh, ooh, closer than before. And no one knows. Ooh, ooh, that I want you close. I'm not overthinking feelings. I just need you to know that I want you close. Ooh, ooh, closer than before. Closer than before. Closer than before. Hiding all my feelings, broken from the
And finally, the last thing I like to do to make this upstairs loft area feel really, really clean is to vacuum and steam clean the carpets. We are slowly swapping the carpet for hard flooring throughout the entire house. So far, we've just done like all of the downstairs and the master bedroom since we recently did the makeover in there. But this carpet is like 10 plus years old, and with, you know, like having kids and dogs in the house, there are just so many stains that just will not come out no matter how many times we steam clean it or spot treat it. I was always on the fence about getting hard floors just because I really do love like the fresh vacuum lines, but they are just so much easier to keep clean, the hard floors. But when we put the hard floors in downstairs, I just feel like it made me less on edge about like stains and spills from like the dogs and kids, which was really, really nice. So yeah, I'm just really, really excited to do the rest of the house too.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of.
And next, just moving into my boys' room. I wasn't going to spend too much time in here, but then after looking around, I realized it was a bit worse off than I gave it credit. There were toys scattered on the ground. So first putting those back in the bins that we keep under the bed. Next, I like to change out the trash if needed and just pick up any trash that's around the room. And if it does need to be changed out, then I'll also wipe out the inside of the trash can too, because honestly, it just takes 5 seconds and it really helps stop the yucky odor from building up inside the bin. That's also why I love using a scented multi-surface cleaner, because it made it smell really good too.
You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything.
Next, I am just using Screen Mom screen cleaner to wipe any like juice stains or fingerprints off of the screen in here before tidying up and wiping it down the TV stand. I feel like anytime I come in here, whether it's just like to deep clean or just to do a quick tidy, this area always needs some help, since this is where he likes to do his homework and play games and snack and things like that. But it makes the entire room look so much better when it's nice and clean. Definitely starting to think about adding this to his daily chores, because I definitely know he can. It's just about asking him to do it and maybe arguing about it a time or two, but that's definitely happening soon. Another thing that I would really like to add is dusting off these shelves. Honestly, the white bookshelf isn't so bad, but the one that has the 43 action figures on it takes forever to clean. And while I can appreciate and just absolutely love that he has a hobby like, you know, collecting action figures, I just think it is so cute. I do also think that it's about time for him to start cleaning them too, because I try to make them, you know, keep the same poses, because he has everything like organized on the shelves, like, you know, in a specific way, in a way that he likes them. And so I try to keep everything, you know, the way that it is, but I don't know, it just takes forever to wipe everything down, and also just to keep everything, you know, the way that he has it and the way that he likes it. So definitely going to be added to the chores list as well.
Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Try to be cool, even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale with a happy end. Girl, you take care now. I hope we can be friends.
And so after spraying a freshener on the bed to make the room and bedding smell extra good, I'm moving into the closet where I had a ton of his clothes that I needed to put away, either from the camping trip or just that was hanging out in the basket. So just getting the tops hung up first, and then I'm moving on to like putting all of his PJs and all of his shorts and bottoms put away. And I noticed that everything was just disorganized. So I wanted to get everything neatly folded and put back nice and organized. I also like to do the KonMari fold when organizing all of his clothes into these bins, just because I feel like it fits so much better. We also recently did this closet. Honestly, it's just a simple like shelves and bins just to organize all of his shorts and his PJs and his socks and things like that. And I don't know, it's just been really, really helpful in keeping his closet really, really organized. We did it a few months ago, and I'll have the video linked in the description box for you. But it was such a simple and easy and really, really quick change that we did, like just a really easy DIY project that we did. That just made a big difference. And I feel like really helps to keep him organized and just keep all of his clothing organized. Yes, I do have to keep refolding the clothes that are in his bin, but as far as, you know, just like knowing where everything is at and being able to have everything organized neatly in his closet has made such a big difference.
Nothing like them.
Okay, so obviously we are a bit later in the evening. I just got back from Jaden's basketball game. I am so exhausted. Obviously, I didn't get to everything that I wanted to, but I still need to, at least tonight, like I need to deep clean this bathroom and like get the countertops like all cleared off, get the cabinets decluttered, and just get like all of our toiletries really organized, and then obviously deep clean and scrub this toilet. I also have a bunch of laundry that I'm looking at right now on my bed that I really do not want to fold, but I just want to get those two things done tonight. I'm so tired I can't even talk. I just want to get those two things done tonight. And then tomorrow we'll like pick up with like all the decluttering and like the tidying up of like the game room and the dog's room. Hopefully we'll get to all that tomorrow. But I'm really happy with everything that I got done today. I'm just definitely giving myself grace because, you know, when you have these busier days and life is really busy like it is right now, you know, you're not always going to get everything done that you wanted to. Plus, I'm also feel like I'm really, really ambitious when I start the day. Like, I don't know what it is. Like first thing in the morning, I just feel like I can do all of these things. And then I just realized that I just do not have enough time in the day, but oh well. So we're gonna get started on it, deep cleaning this bathroom, getting it decluttered, cleaned, organized, and then we'll move on to like folding all of the laundry for the night, and then we'll move on to the next day. So let's get started.
You could say anything, but it could mean everything. Cause you said it to the right person and they needed the compliment. But isn't it sickening? You can say you're in love with them, but it won't mean anything at all. But that's not your fault. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't a fact. Known them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say, I'm so incredible, oh yeah, 'Cause it's not in the performance, no. There's nothing that you hold them, so feel no need to explain. I'll say it all again. Now you don't have to show them anything. I know it's so frustrating. Can't take yourself out the equation. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Like you're here waiting until you're not. Can't remember what you forgot. You can't take yourself out the equation. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't no fact. Know them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say, I'm so incredible, yeah, lovable, 'cause it's not in the performance, no, feel no need to explain, I'll say it all.
The next thing on the to-do list for this bathroom is to declutter and organize all of our toiletries under the sink. It needed a lot of help, so just pulling out anything that didn't belong in there, also checking expirations too and trashing anything that's expired, as well as tossing any products that maybe I tried and didn't love or was empty, because I definitely have a bad habit of putting empty products back. But I also use these clear storage drawers, which I love and will definitely have listed in the description box for you, because they help so much in keeping my cabinet spaces tidy and organized.
Think we got enough time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that knew that, and still I'm caught by surprise. I thought you'd always be mine. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should.
And so now everything is organized and clean in here, besides the gross shower, of course. So just working on that next. By the way, this is my least favorite cleaning chore, right next to scrubbing the toilets, of course. I don't know why. Like, I'll put this off all day and then I'll do it. It only takes me like 5 minutes. Another thing that has helped is this electric spin brush. I will have this link too. I just love it because it's so easy and effortless. It does all the scrubbing and it did a really good job on cleaning the shower walls and scrubbing the tub. I did end up using a magic eraser to get like the really tough spots off the bottom. And it was getting really late, by the way, but it was just so nice to wake up in the morning, shower in a really clean shower, get ready in a clean bathroom. It's just the best feeling and such a positive way to start the day too.
This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more. We're done now. No words no more. We're done now. No words no more. We're done now. No words no more. No, no. We're done now. No words no more. We're done now. No words no more. We're done now.
And now I am just sitting in bed. It's late at night, just folding all of the laundry of the day while just chatting with Tyler. He was just right off screen. And spoiler alert, since we are already like 40 minutes into the video and probably have a good hour of content left, I decided to just leave this one here as part 1 and then pick up with part 2 on Saturday, where we'll tackle our disaster game room, our dog / gym / office room, and honestly like figure out something different with that space. And also decluttering and reorganizing my Monica's closet for all of my friends' fans, and just finishing getting everything deep cleaned and decluttered and reorganized. So be sure you have your notifications turned on and come hang out with us in part 2. And I hope that you got tons of motivation from today's video. Be sure to click thumbs up button and let me know if it did. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves. Hey loves, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today's video, as promised, we are continuing on with part 8 of the Extreme Spring Clean With Me series I've been doing on my channel, where we are going throughout my entire house, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my entire home before the end of spring. And I'm just showing you a quick overview of some of the disasters I still have left in my house. And so if you have messes in your home too, you are not alone. Life gets busy, life gets messy, and I feel like we all just need that extra time to get caught back up and to do some extra cleaning, to declutter, and just reevaluate the things that we have in our home. Right now, I am showing you the current state of my boys' game room. Yes, it is dirty, dusty, filthy, but the true disaster is actually in the closet where I keep some seasonal decor and organized wires and gaming accessories, though right now, honestly, it's kind of more of a junkyard. And then our spare bedroom where our dogs sleep, we also use this space as a gym, but lately we've been treating it as more of a dumping ground for the things that we just do not know what to do with. But I do know that a lot of this stuff can either be donated or tossed. And when I have really big messes like this, the first thing I like to do is, step 1 is to grab 2 different color trash bags. This way I can easily sort and keep organized what can be donated and what needs to be tossed. So I like to use the pink kitchen bags for trash, and then the larger black bags are for donations, since I usually have more donations than trash. But now that I have the trash bags ready, step 2 can usually be the hardest because it's really just about getting the ball rolling. So I like to start with whatever is easiest for me. So I saw that there were like a lot of dishes and forks and single socks laying around. You saw me checking underneath the cushions. So just checking everywhere for any plates or clothing that need to be put away. And then just going around and throwing away any trash that I see on the ground. And so I have to say, if you are struggling to find the motivation to get started today, just try starting with whatever task is easiest for you. Or if none of them really feel easy, try starting with the task you are most excited to complete. So like for me with this decluttering series, I started in my garage. Definitely not the easiest space I could have started with, but I was just so motivated to make that space more functional. Once we got everything cleaned and organized in there though, it just felt like this massive weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I just put it off for way too long. But now that my home is more organized and clean than it honestly ever has been, yes, I know that I definitely still have some messes in my home, but it's little steps like this that just makes me feel a million times better. Just as a wife and as a mom, it makes me feel so good to know that my family is organized and things are clean and I actually know where things are. This series and just organizing and cleaning and decluttering is absolutely life-changing. And so I truly hope this series motivates you to clean and declutter your home along with me, because I know what it's like to have too much stuff, or to have so much clutter and so many messes around your home that you don't even know where to start. You are not alone. We can tackle this together. Also, let me know down in the comments what messes you are cleaning around your home so that myself and this amazing community can cheer you on. And so now that we have the room tidied up, before we start deep cleaning in here, I want to start taking some of like the larger objects out of the room that are just taking up space, as well as some of the furniture that I know that we want to toss. Like for instance, this desk, as well as this keyboard, which I'm pretty sure is from the 80s and it is so disgusting. I feel like this is the room where like all of the old furniture goes. So everything is just kind of old and mismatched. So I kind of wanted to fix that while deep cleaning and decluttering today, because I want to make everything, actually look really nice. So I'm going to swap this desk out with the desk that I have in the dog's room that I'm actually using as my office space. And when I say office space, it honestly was wishful thinking of me to even have it set up because I don't even use it. So I figured that Tyler would get a lot more use out of it than I am, because right now it just has a bunch of clutter on it. So So yeah, I just feel like the desk is taking up unneeded space in an area that's already kind of busy with it being a workout area. But I just kind of showed you that we have the room cleared out. It's looking a lot cleaner, but then also the dog's room and then the main loft area just looks totally destroyed. I feel like that's how it always is when you declutter and do big cleaning projects like this. But now I am just dusting everything. Everything in this room is super dirty and dusty, especially like this TV and the TV stand. I do not clean in here probably as often as I should. I feel like I need to make up like a weekly cleaning routine, and I also need to make up a weekly decluttering routine as well, just to keep up with everything, because cleaning is kind of just like decluttering. It's not something that you do once and then it just stays that way. Like, you have to kind of keep up with it. And so if you want to see like a cleaning routine and a decluttering routine, let me know down in the comments, because I definitely need to do something about this soon, because this TV stand was just so dusty. And so for me, like, I'm very routine. So unless it's like the kitchen or the bedrooms or the bathrooms or the family rooms, I'm really good at cleaning at and remembering to clean, just because I see it all the time. But obviously I don't really go into the game room that much. So it's just an area that's out of sight and out of mind for me. So if it's not like in a routine, like in my brain, then it just doesn't get done. So let me know again down in the comments if you want me to make up like a routine. I can put it down as like a pre-printable, or maybe like a checklist, like something you can print out and check off. So I know that's definitely something that I need that would be really useful for me, but let me know down in the comments if that would be useful for you, and I will definitely make something like that up.
1,000 miles if I could run with you.
So does anybody notice the old Nintendos? I grew up playing the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64. That was back when Pokemon was still on the Game Boy, by the way. But I have so many fun memories of playing Mario Kart with my dad and my mom and my brother. And it's just so special to be able to recreate those fun memories with our family. We just love playing those older games in here and creating our own special memories. And even though I kind of sometimes forget to clean this room, each space in your home serves a purpose and is important. And it's just really important to check in every once in a while, especially if you've been living in your home for a long time, like we've been living in our home for 10 plus years. Just check in every once in a while with each space and ask yourself, is this space in my home serving its purpose? Is it reflective of how I want to live my life today? For this room right now, the answer is no, just because it was absolutely trashed and we had so much old furniture that wasn't being used and just taking up a whole bunch of space. And so when I envision how we could use this space to the fullest, I would definitely 100% envision a lot less clutter, just less stuff in general, just so that we can spread out and play games and build a fort, you know, like whatever we want to do, and just be able to have the room to have fun and not be, you know, tripping over stuff all the time. So one thing that I got rid of in here was like a little footrest, which I've loved it a little bit for too long, probably 10 plus years. So it was really, really old, but I loved it because it had like a little storage compartment in front of it. But like I said, it was just so gross and it was just time to go. Another thing that we got rid of, which I showed it in the beginning, was a refrigerator that we had in here. I don't even know why we had it in here because it wasn't even plugged in. It smelled obnoxiously gross. And like I said, it wasn't even plugged in. So it was just time to get rid of. It was just taking up space. And then again, the desk that was in here was taking up a lot of space too. So I'm going to swap that out with the corner desk that I have in the dog room that I'm not even using. And then hopefully that will save up a lot of space. I really like corner desk options, or really anything that's cornered optioned, like cornered shelves, because I feel like it really does help save up a lot of space. And while it would be a bit more ideal, especially in a smaller space, just like this room, to not have a desk area, Tyler has an HVAC business, so he does mostly work out of the house, but he still needs like an office area or like a small computer space just to run his business from. And so having a corner desk option, which you will see that towards the end. It was just a really great way to save space and make everything look a bit more put together and tidy. But the next thing I like to do, which is on my spring cleaning checklist, is to wash the curtains. This one was just visibly dusty. I think especially because it was black, but also because it had not been washed in a while. I love washing curtains. It's one of my favorite spring cleaning chores because I love using a fabric softener and then hang drying them, and it just makes the entire room smell amazing and fresh and clean. There was also a very visible layer of dust on the blinds, so just using the bristle brush attachment on my vacuum to suck up all of the dust, and then I'll follow it up with my lavender scented Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth to wipe it clean.
You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you. You gotta change.
And so now peeking out over at my vegetable garden, which some of you have been asking about, and I will definitely be sure to do an update on it really, really soon. But they have been growing like crazy and already seeing a little baby green pepper. But anyways, now I am deep cleaning the windowsill. And even if you've been following along on this series, you've seen me use my steam shot to deep clean the windowsill. This one actually wasn't that gross, at least not as gross as the other ones. So I just used the vacuum attachment on my vacuum to suck up any dirt. And then I used my multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth to wipe it clean.
You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like.
Moving on to deep cleaning the couch that we have in here, and you could just see it was covered in dust, just like the rest of the room. It was covered in dog hair from the dogs jumping up. There were crumbs from food being in here, and in most cases, whatever is underneath the cushions is usually worse, including an old smelly sock that's been there for Lord only knows how long. So first, I'm just picking up any solid objects that had fallen in between the couch cushions, and then attaching the rubber grip brush attachment that's on the vacuum to suck up all the crumbs and all the dust bunnies and dog hair from inside the couch on the cushions and the throw pillows too. And while I'm doing this, I'm curious, let me know down in the comments, because I know couches are known for the treasures that they hide inside them. What is the weirdest thing that you found while cleaning out your couch? Let us know down below.
Hide and seek till I found you. Oh, I found you. Oh, I found you. Yeah, you. Thank the gods I found you. Yeah, proof. Those who wait never. I've been hungry for affection, baby. Best believe that you got my attention, baby. Now I see you there in my.
And so surprisingly, while vacuuming the couch, I didn't see any spots that need to be pre-treated, but I still wanted to give it a good steam clean so it's disinfected and to prevent any dust mites. I like to do this every 6 months, so like during my spring clean and my fall cleans too. And I'll steam all of our mattresses and our pillows and couches and like any of Jaden's stuffed animals that are in his room. It is so satisfying, especially when you can see like the fresh steam lines. Also, I try to use all natural cleaning products when cleaning my home as much as I can. And so this is just a really great option for me, but I will leave this Bissell steam shot in the description box for you just in case you are interested. But now I am deep cleaning this door to the room. There were just lots of like black fingerprints, not just on the door, but on the wall too. And so first I was using my Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner, which yes, it was working, but I had to do a lot of scrubbing. So I just grabbed my magic eraser and that worked a lot better. I just love magic eraser. It really helps me out in a pinch for sure. But first I'm using the magic eraser to spot clean any of those hard spots that are on the door and also on the wall too. There was like a massive handprint on the wall. And then I'll just follow it up with my Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner. By the way, this lavender scented multi-surface cleaner smells amazing. It is just so fresh and almost like spa-like. It was just very, very relaxing scent. And I just thought it was perfect for the game room too, just to make it nice, calming, and relaxing and really fresh smelling. But now the room is nice and clean. The closet though is still a complete disaster. So now that we have the room clean, I still did want to vacuum and like steam clean the room, but since I'm pulling everything out of the closet, I didn't want to like vacuum the carpets and them get messed up again. So I'll do that a little bit later on tonight, but now I'm just going to pull every single item out of the closet. And the reason I like to pull every single item out is because one, the clutter in here was literally waist high and there was just no other way. And two, because when I'm decluttering and organizing, it's really nice to be able to see that blank slate and to just start to envision how you want that space to look when you're done. It's kind of like a boost of motivation, almost like you can see that fresh start for yourself. Yes, it can be a little bit overwhelming and time consuming for sure, but it is the most effective way I have found to declutter and reorganize the spaces in my home.
She pulls the trigger and I'm just blown away downright. My mind's indifferent to know what's wrong or right. Her bite is bittersweet 'cause I'm stuck.
And now we have everything put out of the closet. It's completely empty. I also put some toys in Jaden's room for him to go through. And then the upstairs loft area is a complete disaster, which is where I put everything. I actually didn't have any room to like go through anything or declutter. So I started with just pulling all of like the bigger like furniture objects that I knew that we wanted to get rid of or donate. So starting with like the little footrest and an old dog crate. I definitely knew I wanted to get rid of this desk, so I'm just clearing that off to have Tyler take downstairs as well. And also this refrigerator that smelled absolutely awful that wasn't even plugged in. But now that we have a bit more space to move around, a bit more working space, the next step, so I guess step 2, and I like to break these things up into steps because sometimes projects like this can be really overwhelming. And so I find like if you break it down into steps, it just makes it a lot more manageable. So step 1 is to pull every single item out of that space. Step 2 is to organize all of those items into like piles. So I organized them into like one pile as decorations. I already organized Jaden's toys into his room. I have a pile for office supplies. Another pile is for kitchenware. And then I just like to start with the pile that would be easiest for me to declutter first. So this pile is more like miscellaneous as well as just some more toys to toss in Jaden's room for him to go through. So going through this pile first and breaking it down into more manageable piles just makes it a lot easier and less overwhelming to go through, as opposed to like if you went through everything at once. And just taking all of that clutter and breaking it down into smaller piles, I feel like not only makes it more manageable, but it also makes me see everything a lot easier. And I feel like it helps me more effectively declutter and get through all the piles a lot more quickly too. And so now just going through my seasonal kitchenware that somehow ended up in there, I wanted to also declutter some of our hundreds of cookie cutters, either because we don't use them or because we just can't tell what they are, because honestly, some cookie cutters can be questionable. And then organizing the kitchenware back in the kitchen. And then finally moving on to what is by far my biggest pile to go through always, which is my decor. So first, grabbing the larger decor items I knew I wanted to donate and tossing those. The decor that I store in this closet, is like my spring decor, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, and my year-round decor. So basically like the decor for seasons that I don't really have a lot of decor for. Right now, I'm just organizing my seasonal decor in their proper bins. And then I'm taking my summer decor bin back down to the garage, which if you watched part 1, by the way, of this series, Tyler and I are getting ready to finish the storage shelves and bins in the garage so we can put all of my seasonal decor, even the Christmas decor that we put in the attic, which was like a ton of bins. They're all going to be along that one wall in the garage. It's going to be amazing, and I am so excited for it. It's going to free up so much space. It won't be part of this series, but we're definitely getting it done this summer. So I will definitely keep you posted on when that is happening, but it will definitely be soon. And this is kind of random, but that's just how my brain works. And I know I talked about this in the last video about how this bookshelf has been completely empty since Christmas and that I was going to decorate it for summer. But I figured since I had my everyday decor out anyways, that I would go ahead and just decorate this bookshelf. So there you go. And finally tossing these oversized pillows and just getting pillow covers instead because throw pillows take up way too much space. And by this point, it was getting a little bit later. Obviously not getting to the other bedroom today, so we'll just have to save that for the next one. But so happy we were at least able to tackle the game room and the closet. No, I didn't get everything I wanted to done, but it feels a million times better to have this room clean, organized, and functional again. I've actually been wanting to do a big room makeover in here, like get some new furniture and maybe make it a bit more like gamer themed, and definitely put down some hard floors in here too because there are so many stains on the carpet from dogs and kids. But anyway, I've been wanting to redo this room for a while now, but it's just really hard to have a vision for a space when it's a disorganized disaster. But now that we have everything cleared out, there's just less chaos, less furniture, and everything is nice and clean. I'm just starting to get like some new ideas for this room, which I always love a good room makeover. But anyway, now I'm just steam cleaning the floor and the closet after I vacuumed everything. Again, don't mind the billion stains on our carpet. It's over 10 years old and definitely time to go. But even though there are stains on the carpet that I will never get out, and it's a pain to carry the steam cleaner up and down the stairs, it really is just so satisfying to steam clean the carpets, not just because of the vacuum lines, because we all know that I love those, but it just instantly freshens everything up. And then now that the carpets are clean, I'm just getting all of the bins organized back into the closet. I actually decided to organize it differently this time just by putting the larger bins on the top racks and then the smaller ones on the shelves, just so that everything will fit better. I also went ahead and made and printed out these labels for my bins, which I will have these free to print out in the description box. I just love using labels to organize my bins, and I just love the way that it looks too. I just think it looks so tidy and so organized. But I will have all of the labels that I have made, because I made labels for all around my home throughout all of my decluttering series. So I will have all of those listed in the description box for you down below. And finally, the last thing I wanted to do was to set up this corner desk area. And I have been working on this all day, but it feels amazing to have this room clean and tidied again, and for the closet to be decluttered and organized too. And just to have this room be more of a space for making memories and for family game nights instead of a junkyard. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video and got tons of motivation from it. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure that your notifications are turned on so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.